And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another week, another edition of the PiGosaur Monday, week number 26. I'm, of course, your side VIP. With me, I'm joined by these amazing players, by the people in the chat, and by my plushies as well. Welcome, one and all, to our early morning broadcast. We were just live, of course, earlier last night with the Wardy TV Monday, and now we're here. Now we are back with some PiGosaur Monday action. Here we go. And this morning, we have our two players. We have our first two players. This morning in the bottom left-hand corner of Leylands, we have our South Korean Terran player, the Yellow Terran. For Team Hyper 1, it is Hon Mono. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the pink Protoss player from South Korea, representing among SE2 people. It is Ateshi. Here we go. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are now soon to be open. One momento. Just setting some things up here very quickly, specifically setting up our player names. Hold on. My gosh. Bam. But if you're in the chat, the predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we do jump into our matchup. Just making sure that everything is running smoothly. One moment. Sorry, it looks like our predictions aren't working right now. But for now, welcome one and all to the PiGosaur Monday. Exclamation mark, be in the chat. Have a look at the back of yourselves. Did we not? Oh, I see. Dang, we didn't pay out predictions last night. Hero popped off. True. There we go. There we go. Now they're open. But for now, we're going to be settling in. Again, exclamation mark be in the chat to have a look at the back of yourselves. We'll be going over the bracket momentarily. Oh my god, as we're just spamming emotes. Jesus. But Ateshi and Homono, there we go. CC is going to be thrown down. The sprays get thrown down as well. I do love to see it. Now, when it comes to this matchup, when it comes to our players here, Homono is an animal. Homono, he's hyper aggressive. He's known for being very cheesy in this matchup as well, for going for all in after all in after all in. So we expect Homono to commit to an all in. But when it comes to Ateshi, we'll see how he compares. He's also relatively cheesy. He's a little bit more middle of the road, maybe still leaning towards cheese, to be fair. It's still leaning towards aggression, but we'll see who strikes first. We'll see who does pull the trigger first here, whether it's going to be Ateshi or Honmono. We'll see who wins this game of chicken, if you will, or if they just both bet up and we just have chickens smack each other in the face. It's possible. It is very possible. Aye. Let's go. For now, going to be settling in. Standard opener, economic start here by Homono, going for the faster CC on the low ground. So economic start out of our Terran player for the time being. We do expect aggression here as, oh, never mind, third CC. Third CC before starport. Very greedy build here by Homono. This was not what I was expecting. Now, on the one hand, we have seen Homono get fake third CCs before, where he has a command center and just pulls the boys anyway, and he just commits across the map. That's typically how Homono has approached this, but it's possible that maybe Homono is turning a new leaf. Maybe coming into 2025, he is willing to play macro at least once in a series against a Protoss player. It is possible that, yeah, maybe he's seen the light and he will macro. It's crazy, or at least against Ateshi. I did mention before that Ateshi is also very aggressive, so it's possible that against Ateshi specifically, because Homono is familiar with him, he might be a little bit more prone to going for a longer macro game instead, just recognizing that he might have the advantage as the defender instead of being aggressive into Ateshi is possible. As Ateshi also goes for his own third expansion. That's going to be a third base. I believe that's one game blink. What is happening? That is insane. Meanwhile, Marine's going to be targeted down. Nice defense here from Ateshi. We'll clean this up. He will not lose a single Stalker. Hellions, they do try to bypass the main army here, and they do barely slip by. Two Hellions, they can two short workers. So far, the boys, they do somewhat line up, but they pull away in time. Oh, there's the first volley. There's the second. And he gets one probe so far. Yeah, one probe kill. Very nice defense here by Ateshi. He does minimize losses. He does keep up. He does hold on. And with that, he's able to get away with a faster expansion. And as a reminder, this was one game blink into a third base. Like, this was insane greed from Ateshi. Meanwhile, Homono, he's making it up. What is happening right now? Aye. So, Homono, he's going to be making it up here. And we'll see how he does embrace this. That's maybe the best way of putting it, is we are going to be amassing up Hellions. We have Blue Flame Malloy making 3 Hellions at a time, throwing down additional factories as well. Again, this is a bit of a rarity here in this matchup. Very much so. Hold on, still trying to get predictions to work. My apologies. Oh, as Hellions, they once again get into the middle line. Once again, they can 2-shot, so they get 2 probes for the time being. Final Hellion does go down. There we go. Sorry, it's just troubleshooting on the fly. Aye. There we go, 2 workers go down. Meanwhile, Teshi does hold, and again, the mech will continue here, still going into battle mech, Hellions, Cyclones. Now, for those that may be unfamiliar or maybe haven't been tuning into too much StarCraft as of late, battle mech is a very rare sight in this matchup because it doesn't really scale too amazingly. When it comes to the Protoss main army compositions, going into a gateway heavy start can shut this down completely, specifically into charge lots, into a heavy immortal count as well. Hellions are going to be deflected. Additional Hellion production is of course confirmed. Ateshi, he did scatter across the map. Ateshi is fully aware of the mech that's coming his way. How do you respond? We should be responding with charge and with immortals. We have the Forger +1. We have a sentry so far. We're focusing on just walling up or walling off. Ateshi does defend for the time being, but where is that next step? Where is the charge? Where is the immortal production? Where are we headed? For now, just pure Blink Stalker. Just Blink Stalkers for the time being. Meanwhile, third base is now being taken. And we'll see how Homemono does establish himself, just getting to his own tank production. Now back into Hellion Cyclone, again just being very active, very aggressive. Now Cyclones, they can still pose quite a big threat here, especially against Stalkers. This is why I was waiting for Charge, and there we go, Charge now on the way. Charge, they play the same role as Lings in this kind of setup, in this kind of dynamic, whereas Zealots, ideally, they want to be the ones to soak and to grab the lock-ons of the Cyclones, to protect and to help buffer for the Stalkers, and then the Stalkers are able to deal more damage in the back line as well. Likewise, without these Hellbats, Zealots can also close the distance and also collapse on top of those Cyclones as well. It's going to be up to the Hellbats to protect the Cyclones and the Cyclones to deal the real damage. So they come hand in hand. Likewise, Ateshi settling in, Charge on the way, 4th base now being taken. Here we go. Ateshi moves out. My 2 favorite weebs having a spat. Oh, do you not like 3 points? Smooch. Confirmed. 3 point is not Hyper One's favorite. Smooch, back Smooch. Feels bad, man. 3 points not a weeb. He's a closet weeb. He says he's not, but he is. He is. He's totally got a waifu pillow with Homono's face on it. Aye. As of now, we are building up. Extra tanks going to be on the way. Homono is just fully securing himself here on 3 bases. A closet meter. Oh no. Oh no. Not like this. Homono, he does break out. Does break out across the map. Oh! Likewise, yes, and Swallow, we do see Ateshi attempt to slow him down, but alas, what do we have hits at home to defend? We have been skipping warp-ins, where the Zealots, where the Charge Lots was anything to surround these tanks. It's a terrifying army here from Homono. Oh, and Ateshi's gonna be forced back. Again, he cannot fight within range of those tanks, there's just too many of them. We have how many? We have 10 tanks in total. An insane push here from Homono. Hellbats are in position. Tanks are slowly sieging forward. Nice force fields locking down at least some of these Hellbats, but the tanks do so much damage to the back line. In on of Zealots, Ateshi, he has 1,000 minerals in the bank. He has been, again, skipping warp-ins. And that's going to kill him. Again, he could have had so many Zealots. So many reinforcements. Aye. From here, trying to catch steady reinforcements as well. Again, Ateshi needs those warp-ins. Big tank volley is going to be going off. Zealots are coming from behind, but there's just not enough. There's just not enough Zealots. Yeah, the Stalker army crumbles. The Immortals as well at Homewater. He will break through the main army. He will snowball out of control. Zealots, they do very well in the back. Oh my, they take down almost all the tanks. Again, impressive to see how much so little can do, but GG gets called and it was too little too late. On Mono will take game number 1. Whew. GG. GG, well played. Homeowner does take a lead in the series. Again, a very intense and very interesting setup there from Homeowner. Unfortunately, at Deshi, you saw that he did clean up all the tanks at the end of the fight, at the end of the game. But again, he was skipping, or he was missing. He was missing warp ins there. He was missing those macro cycles. As a result, he was banking up a huge bank, and he just did not have enough Zelds to really get that surround he was hoping for, to push in earlier. And yeah, he was just a little bit late to the party there. And with that, GG. Homeowner does take a lead. And now we're getting ready for game number 2. When it comes to the bracket, we'll be jumping in after this series. We'll be able to catch up on everything that's been going on. We'll get there. As we have game number 2, it's going to be on Amygdala. Here we go. What little care he has, he displays up front. Parting, on the other hand, 110% weeb. Yeah, but Parting, he's not in the closet though. He's like Homeowner. Like Parting, Homeowner, ByuN, they're the kind of the kind of people that dress up like maids. No. It's all out for everyone to see. For everyone. For better or for worse. Oh no. You banned anime in his server. Oh no. Oh no. Not like this. And here we go. We're getting into our next game, and spawning in the top right hand corner of Amygdala, we have the pink Protoss player, the pink Protoss himself, representing among SE2 people down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back. It is Ateshi. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have the yellow Terran player, with the yellow Terran himself representing representing High Team Hyper 1. It is Hon Mono. Here we go. So from here we are going to be settling in. We do have our matchup, we do have our TVP. Now, last game we did have Homeowner just embracing and going for an insane 3-base push with just mass mech, with mass tank, with mass firebat. We'll see if Ateshi has a better response this time. It did seem a little bit shaky. It did seem he was a little bit frazzled with what he was up against. But now I'm sure a little bit more familiar. Meanwhile, we're leading into a much larger map. I could see Homeowner going into mech again. Otherwise, the Homeowner, he's again very chaotic in this matchup. We could see BCs, we could see like proxy battle cruisers, of course 2 and 3 base all-ins, but on a map as large as Amygdala, I'm not too fond of pulling the boys. I'll be honest, I'm not too fond of it. It does hit a little bit worse, it does hit a little bit weaker, so we'll see how Homeowner will approach this. Ateshi, he will scout for a proxy at the 3rd location. I do not blame him, but now he feels safe and sound. We'll expand. Let's go. Let's go. As we have the Gates Hyper Expand standard opener out of Ateshi. From the side of Homeowner, he does once again open up with a single gas geyser into a faster CC on the low ground. Okay, so economic build here by Homeowner. And we'll keep an eye on those factories, we'll keep an eye on that follow-up. Oh no. Not mech again, Babby, not mech again. When it comes to... oh my god. So just keeping up. And we'll see if Ateshi can bounce back. Personally, I'm hoping for an ace match. I'm hoping for a back and forth. We have our tech of choice. Going to be a Twilight Council opener here from Ateshi. So far so good. Likewise, Reaper dips in. Reaper dips in, gets 1 probe. Oh. Gets 1, gets a 2nd probe towards the end. So nice pickups here early on here from Homeowner. Does pick up a couple of workers. Likewise across the map, getting a safety bunker. Following this up with his own 1-1 setup. And we'll see if there's an extra Raxes or another factory. Starport for now, okay. Going for the starport. Now, last game we saw Ateshi go for a single gate opener into a 3rd Nexus. I do think that it's a little bit easier to get away with that here in game number 2 on Amygdala. As another probe goes down, it's going to be 3 probe kills for the Reaper. He gets behind the mineral line, gets a full scout, does confirm the Twilight Council into Blink. So Homeowner, he has a piece of the puzzle. is aware. Meanwhile, with that 1-on-1 going into quadruple mind drop, we have 4 Widow Mines on the way. Medevac is also a very committed mind drop here from Honmono. And we'll see if he's a little bit more successful than his Hellion harass in game 1. Meanwhile, no surprise here. How many gates? We have 1 gateway in the main and only 1 gateway in the main base. So 1 gate blink into expansion. Again, very, very greedy build. It was the same opener that we saw last game, but actually he got away with it, and he should get away with it here as well, in a sense. Oh, as we do see Honmono doubling down. What do we have here? Armory is on the way, and this is interesting. We should be seeing, I guess, an add-on swap into Drilling Claws, question mark. As a reminder, if I'm not mistaken, in the past you would only need an armory to, of course, require detection for Widow Mines, but nowadays that has been changed to Drilling Claws instead, and of course you do need the Tech Lab for that. So yeah, no Drilling Claws. The armory is finishing, sure, but yeah. It's interesting setup here from Honmono. There we go. Medevac does go down. Massive pickup. Oh my god. Takes down 2 of those Widow Mines already. There's 2 Widow Mines left. Shot goes off. Takes down 1 of the Stalkers, but alas, this will be cleaned up. And again, the armory means nothing. Nowadays, you do need Drilling Claws, and there it is. Drilling Claws now on the way, but that is after the first drop failed. Ay, ay, ay. So far, solid defense by Ateshi. We do see follow factories on the way, so we're going to be committing into mech once again. Third CC has begun, and we do have another wave, another 4 Widow Mines moving up, but Drilling Claws is still not done. It's just so late. Did Homer forget? It's possible. Wouldn't mind say drop in, but it may have slipped his mind that again the armory isn't the end all be all. 1 Stalker goes down. Wouldn't mind here into the main base, gets 2 more probes. That's going to be 3 probes in total. That's okay damage, but for 4 Widow Mines, for an armory, for Drilling Claws, like this is a big investment here from Honmono, and so far it has not been worth it, especially not against a player that's on 3 Nexus. Meanwhile, he's not stopping. By the way, he's not stopping. He's still making more Medevacs, more Widow Mines, just going for a non-stop drop play with the army going to +1 vehicle plating. Ateshi does scout, does confirm the mech. And Ateshi has the observer. He's ready for this. It's ready. Honmono diving in towards that natural. Observer's in position. Ateshi does pull away in time. And, oh, nice connection here on the sentry. Sentry does go down. So we're getting some value here. Meanwhile, another mine drop coming in, and we're not stopping. We're just still making more Widow Mines, more drops. Another Widow Mine drop here towards the 3rd base. Cannons would be ideal against this. I think now it's clear that Honmono, he's, oh my god, getting 3. Yeah, 3 probes. The Honmono, he's committing to just mass drop play. So that's where cannons actually would be effective. Just in the mineral lines, I mean. Yeah, there we go. Cannon in the main base, cannon here at the natural. Like at this point, like enough Widow Mines have occurred where it's like, okay, this is not going to stop. and it's not stopping. Another full Medevac, another full Medevac, and another one on the way. Just mass Widow Mine drops. That's all it is here from Honmono. And it all comes down to the reactions of Ateshi to be able to pull away in time, because all it takes is a couple of these mine shots to go off, and that can be game. Meanwhile, ooh, full Medevac goes down. Nice pick off. Oh, Ateshi does not react. Yeah, no reaction, no response. Probes are going down. It's going to be 8 worker kills here at the natural. 8 workers get picked off. Still more Widow Mines, more drop play. Ateshi, I was curious what he's going to be spending his money on. Once again, Ateshi's been missing warp ins, so his army is smaller than it should be. Has some missing warp ins and has a very low gateway count. He needs to throw down this production, getting into a double Stargate setup, which I'm not entirely convinced by. We'll be honest. And again, we should have another Stalker Force here. Drop comes in. Ateshi, does he react? Late reaction. Yeah, late reaction. He gets punished for it. He panics towards the end. Mineral line goes down. Massive losses here. And this is getting out of hand. Now, what's scary about what's happening here is that the economic damage is getting out of hand. Not just that, but back at home, Homeowner, he's macroing well. Like, he's making and now switching into Hellions, into tank production. For the most part, he is not really missing a beat. Scan reveals the attempted Sky Toss. There she's still just lacking gateways. He's still only on 4. Yeah, only 4 gateways. I mean, that's why he can't warp in, or that's why he can't spend his money. So, lack of gateways. More Widowmine drops. Planetary to defend. I mean, there's barely anything to kill here at the natural. Heli is a bust into the 3rd. And that she just cannot keep up. Not anymore. Workers are going down. I think she's down to 41 probes. He has a high base count, but he's spending so much money rebuilding, and again, he's still not throwing down gateways. We need to spend our money, papi. Ay, ay, ay. Need to spend the money. Speaking of Homeowner, now going to Thor production. More Widowmines, more Hellions. Carriers now on the way. Lack of saturation, lack of gases. I mean, that's really going to be hurting at this. He does now notice. Nice catch on these Hellions. Much better engage. Widowmines, they get spotted here by Ateshi. Does notice, does recall to respond. Oh, it does hug the Observer. It doesn't quite get it though. Whew. Clutch moves there by Ateshi. Pulls away in time. So far, so good. Mind drop once again towards that natural. We're still lacking gates. We're still banking resources. At this point, a 3rd Stargate as well would be ideal. Yo, can you go for a carrier? No shot. Okay, okay. Oh, okay, only one. Whew. Only one shot goes off. Otherwise, that could have been a kill. That could have been a snipe. Does hold on, does survive. That event goes down, and yo, as we said, Linz is a big shout out to Steadfast in the chat. Gab, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great evening streaming, whether it's the Awarded TV Monday and also the Monday night weekly as well. Hope you had a great time, and I hope that you had a great time in World of Warcraft, playing hardcore, I believe, right? Maybe. Thanks for the raid. Thank you for the raid, and welcome one and all to the PiGosaur Monday. Again, your weekly dose of a little bit more NA StarCraft. I say NA right now. We have some Korean on Korean action. For those that are just not tuning in, we have Mech, by the way. We have Mech. We have Mass Widowmine Thor out of Honmono, and Ateshi has been struggling to survive. He's working towards Sky Toss. He's building up his carrier count, but they're already Thors. There's already Thors. There's already Mass Widowmine. I can see a world already where Homeowner can just scuttle underneath these carriers and burrow under them and just shut them down and blow them out of the sky. I am concerned. I'm concerned here for Ateshi. Unfortunately, he's just been having a really hard time keeping up with the aggression. Likewise, his production has been lacking. We now have a 3rd Stargate on the way, but you can see that Ateshi is banking resources, and we just can't afford that. Not here, not against Honmono. Here we go. Hardcore, yeah, there we go. As Honmono does move out. Supplies are comparable, but I mean, we're mainly relying on Sky Toss with the carriers and now the Tempest. Homeowner moving in. Celebrite doesn't achieve too much, and that's how many Widowmines? That's too many. 27. 27 Widowmines. Ay, ay, ay. He wants the carriers. He wants them. Up. Shots going off. Nice dodge here with the Stalkers. They do dodge. But alas, there's still so many more Widowmines. Thor's a breakthrough into the natural. The mortal production has begun. Tempest moving in. And waiting for the great march of these mines. Meanwhile, they punish the Stalkers. Oof. Yeah, Stalkers go down. Thors, can they hold their own? I mean, with the help of these Tempests, the Thors are going to be going down. Let's go. Ateshi, he's holding. He is holding on. Widowmine, some of them resetting. And again, I was expecting Homeowner to like dive underneath the carriers, but he didn't go for it. Widowmines are cleaned up, and Homeowner gets the hell out of there. Does pull away. Ateshi, he holds. Let's go. We're holding on. Ateshi's holding, building up more Tempest. Still missing Warpins, but for the most part, building up. Likewise across the map, but we do see Homeowner committing here, still into mass Widowmine Thor. Back up to 27 Widowmines. Getting up to 30. And without any storms, without any splash damage, again, there's nothing to really stop the Widowmines from getting under the army. Assuming that Homeowner goes for the dive. Go for it, Piper. Go for it. Oh! So pushing in. Does move in. Oh my god, the drag! Has to be careful. Be careful of the drag, Pat. Yeah, Widowmine Zippo are under. Going for the interceptors. Oof. A lot of mine shots wasted. Homeowner, he's waddling in. He's waddling. Let's go. Get out of here. Ateshi being chased away. The Widowmines are terrifying. His force back. Homeowner, he's max. He's max on how many? On 27, soon to be 34 Widowmines. Still mass Thor as well. Actually, what are we remaxing on? Still Immortals. Again, I wouldn't be opposed to Zealot Warpins just to try to bait out some of these mines. Even drag some of the mines as well. Meanwhile, the Widowmines are reset. Homeowner moving in. Up. They're going for the dive, getting under the army. You gotta get away. No, the mine shots. Up. Oh my god. Okay, one shot goes. Yeah, one shot goes off. And the carriers, they just crumble. The carriers, they go down one after the other. One carrier left. The Tempest to survive. Oracles, they go down. They rally in. The Tempest, they do stand strong. They're going for the Thors. Also going down one after the other. But the Widowmines will zone away. Another Tempest, no! They get too close. Down to how many Tempests? Six. 6 Tempests so far. Mine shots are resetting. And Widowmines that will just annihilate the Tempest. How do you do with Sky Toss? Mass Widowmine, baby. Easy. And what's terrifying is that all these mines, they're about to reset. The mines, they've not been dealt with, they're going to reset. Tempest coming in. Widowmines, they're going for the dive. They want the Tempest. And Ateshi cannot stop this. You know, stop the march, the waddle here of the mines. Aye, aye, aye. Yeah, Shotze shuts out all the Stalkers. There's no blinks available. Tempest rally and GG gets called, and Homeowner, he will snowball out of control. He will take the series 2-0. GG. Whew. What a way to wake up. What a... Aye, aye, aye. It's what, 10 a.m. in the morning here, and what an explosive way here to start the broadcast. Homeowner, he will take the 2-0. Again, unfortunately, Ateshi just had a really hard time reacting and responding. I was very impressed by the first defense of Ateshi with his carrier Tempest. When he deflected the first wave, he didn't really lose much of anything outside of a couple of gateway units, but when it came to the second army, the second force of Homeowner, Ateshi just wasn't able to really have any kind of buffer to help protect those Tempests. I was mentioning earlier, whether it's Zealots, whether it's a gateway army, even sentries and force fields, but something to zone that ground army away, something to protect those Skytoss units just wasn't really there. There was nothing to stop Homeowner from just waddling in, burrowing under the army and just popping off. GG. GG, well played. Again, whether it would have been with Colossus, with Storm, with force fields, with Zealots, like pick your poison, anything. And with that, GG. GG, well played. Homeowner, he will advance on into the next round, and we have some catching up to do. Whew. Okay, from the top, exclamation mark, be in the chat to have a look at the back yourselves. Let's catch up on what has been going on as the bracket is progressing, and the first round, for the most part, has wrapped up. Okay, from the top, we have Inexorable versus Tavito. Let's go. We have a TVT in the first round. Inexorable, of course, the Brazilian Terran player. Tavito, of course, the Peruvian Terran as well. I feel like they're very closely matched, and I was very tempted to jump on that series. There were just so many first-round matches that called to us, and best of luck to Inexorable and Tavito. Good friends to both of them, and I'm torn seeing them both face off in the first round. Winner goes up against Clem in the round 16. Meanwhile, Ubu Thermal is up against Bomyoja in the second round. Percival gets walkovered. Unfortunate there, but Percival, he isn't around to compete, to play out that match, so there's a walkover. in the first round. Likewise, Solar as well. Ay, ay, ay. I was looking forward to potential Shin versus Solar in the quarterfinals, but Solar, he's also out. It looks like there was a walkover. Patches will advance on in his stead. Patches waiting for the winner of Yuri Soldier and Greenert in a TVP. So best of luck to Patches as he does wait for that match. Meanwhile, Shin takes down J Money 2-0, and Shin is up against Homono in a Zerg versus Terran matchup. Here we go. That is our next series. That is our next best of 3. So do you need a moment to set that up? Setting up the players, setting up our matches. We are setting up. Meanwhile, scrolling down, we have the lower half of the bracket as well. So plenty more matches where it looks like, yeah, the first round did complete. Mute takes down Hupside 2-0. Winner goes up against MaxPax in the next round. So Mute up against MaxPax. We have Geralt taking down Ruff. Nickrat takes down Solicitous. Geralt versus Nickrat in the second round. That's a spicy TVP. Best of luck to both players. Best of luck. Going down, we have Cure. We have Cure. He takes down Mudkip Master 2-0. Rebellion takes down Heaven 2-0. We have Cure versus Rebellion in the next round. And we have Master taking down Luciano. We have ByuN taking down Zurel. And we have ByuN versus Master in the next round as well. Oh boy, I was also very tempted. Like, Master versus Luciano looks like a lot of fun. That was a TVP. Master, of course, being the Brazilian Protoss and Luciano being the Chilean Terran. Would have been a lot of fun to have caught them, but I was kind of spoiled for choice. I went for the Homono match. And I don't know if I regret that. Seeing the mass Widowmines waddle in is terrifying, Pappy. It's terrifying. Ay, ay, ay. Regardless, GG, well played, and the second round is underway. As a reminder, we're going to be following Homono into Shin. Vetoes are underway. They're getting to the vetoes as we speak. God. As they're going through their vetoes, and Mapple's a little bit sad because they vetoed Last Fantasy. Smurge, Pappy, smurge. Just catching up in the chat. I am entertained. What am I watching, Pappy? Ay, ay, ay. Look away. Look away. The Widowmines are terrifying. Was curious if Hero would go for the triple. Can imagine he's tired though. Hero, he usually does go for the triple. He usually plays in all 3. But looks like today he was unavailable. Maybe tired. Maybe he has other plans, like during the day, I should say. But Hero usually plays. Oh, good. Hero usually plays in all 3, but not this week. Not this week. Instead, we actually have Clem and MaxPax. They're playing in all 3. So Clem, MaxPax. Who else do I notice? I think Cure. I could be mistaken, but I think Cure and ByuN, they're playing in all 3 as well. I think they're, hold on, Monday night weeklies. Like usually it's like Solar, ByuN, Cure, Hero, Clem, MaxPax. They're like a key set of players that do pull all-nighters and just say they play in everything. So just double checking. ByuN and not Cure. Okay. So ByuN did pull an all-nighter. ByuN is playing in all 3 as well. But looks like Cure did not. So Cure got some sleep. There you go. And that could be a factor as well. That could be a factor when it comes to how well our players perform, is how well rested they are. Looks like Solar was also awake for the Monday Night Weekly, but looks like he may have passed out. So not here this morning. As we said, a big shout out to Spaguts in the chat. Gab, baby Gab. Thank you so much. Thanks so much for the gifted sub to the community. To Sloza. Gracias, papi. Gracias. Thank you so much. Thank you. Do appreciate it. Like, #1 S2 caster ever. The GSL wishes they had him since 2012. I appreciate the kind words. I appreciate it. Este Spaguts. Thank you. Thank you. The Undertaker doesn't sleep. He doesn't. He's an animal. I'm not here to lose a ByuN today. Este Hunted Swarm. Where are you on the bracket? Where's my Hunted Swarm? As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Persephone, we have our South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg. It is SHIN. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player, the Yellow Terran, representing Team Hyper 1. He's an animal. He just went mass Widowmine against Ateshi. Ay, ay, ay. And now setting up for a proxy. It is Hon Mono. Here we go again. Hon Mono, he's an animal, he's insane. Going for not just one, but a second SCV across the map. He's going to be committing here to his proxy Raxes. Meanwhile, if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamma time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we set up the colors for our players. Bam. Beautiful. To do settle in, we have the second SCV and we have the third SCV, so it's going to be proxy 3 racks mass marine with a bunker rush as well. SHIN, he moves out across the map with the first overlord. The second overlord is going to be staying back home though. He doesn't check for the proxy location, but he does park his overlord outside of the natural, so he will be able to spot the SCVs as they move in to throw down the bunkers. So SHIN, he will have a little bit of a scout, a little bit of a heads up as to what's going on, but it's going to be a little bit more delayed compared to if he had seen these raxes. So the overlord is parked right outside. Behind this, hatch gas pool, standard opener out of SHIN. And from here, we'll see if he does pull the boys. Ideally, you do want to stop those bunkers from getting up and running, buy enough time for your link production, and try to pull off a defense. Again, this is going to be quite committed here from Hon Mono. It is easier to transition out of a 2 racks or proxy 2 racks, but 3 racks is again a lot more committed, a lot more all in. Overlord gets across the map, doesn't see anything at the natural, and yeah, here he comes. Now SHIN does spot this. SCVs move in, bunkers are being thrown down, and SHIN, he has to deny these bunkers. Spine crawl on the way, taking a lot of hits already. Ooh, that's a kill! That's a kill, not a cancel. It's a rough start here for SHIN. He does need that spine crawler. Yeah, boys, they try to dive on those marines. They force back the SCVs. He's going for the production. Oh, and Hon Mono, he's cornered. He gets surrounded. There's no way out of this. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, rough Sim City, and Hon Mono, he will lose everything here. Lings, they do rally in, and Hon Mono, he will lose every single marine. Now, he does get 9 drone kills, though. Oh, my God. That's a lot of economic damage. Hon Mono back at home, he does have the higher SCV count. That was 9 drones going down. So that was very committed here from SHIN. Very committed. But last he has 2 queens, and with the help of these 2 queens, he's fine. Like SHIN, he's safe and sound. Hon Mono, he's transitioning. He throws down the CC on the high ground. SHIN, he scouts the command center. He knows that the aggression has ended, and the game will continue. The game will continue, and the question becomes: did SHIN lose too much? Oh, as Hon Mono, he wants that queen, won't get it. Yeah, a little bit greedy here from Hon Mono. Still wants the queen. SHIN pulls away, takes down the marines. Again, SHIN is down to 11 drones. Like, the worker count is still in the gutter for SHIN. But he does have 2 bases, so he can, you know, saturate a little bit faster. Now poking forward. Does poke forward, clutch transfuse, keeps the queen alive. So far, SHIN, he does maintain this position. Gas is being taken across the map. Soon getting to that factory follow-up. Meanwhile, this marine count, it's getting a little bit out of hand here. Remember, there's no spine crawler. Link speed in 10 seconds. Hon Mono, he's tempted to dive on the queen. Oh, he's tempted. Link speed is done. Hon Mono, he should be making his way back home soon. Yeah, as link speed is revealed, Hon Mono, he has to back up. Does put his back against the wall. He can trade well here. He trades somewhat well, but he will still lose every single marine. Yeah, the marines go down, and my biggest concern is that Hon Mono has been so greedy. What do I mean by that? No factory. This factory is, let's say, 3rd CC. Jeez. Speaking of greed, he heavily delayed his factory. He heavily delayed any kind of army unit across the map, so he has nothing to defend. Lings have arrived. He's going for a 3rd CC. Very ambitious here from Hon Mono. And he can pull the boys to defend against this, that is true, but this is still a really rough position for him. He has no answer to these Lings. SHIN happily droning. Deeper taking a lot of hits. Does catch fire. Thankfully, he's repaired. He's repaired. And Homeowner, he will be able to hold on for now. We have the Hellion on the way. This is denying mining time. And we can get into our game from here. Okay, so the question becomes, is this greed enough for Homeowner to like recover, to take a lead? Right now, he's still floating back home with those Raxes. He has one Hellion back at home as well. SHIN taking a third base. He still denies the natural. SHIN does not break into the main, but he's still containing. Still containing Homeowner. Despite Homeowner having 31 or 32 SCVs, he's not mining efficiently. Oh, going to mech. Of course he is. God damn it. We have 2 more factories on the way. We are making it up. So gonna make it happen. Once again, SHIN trying to dive on the mineral line. Let's catch a couple of SCVs. Hellions, they take a lot of hits. And that's gonna be 5, 6, 7, 8 SCV. Yeah, this is getting out of hand. 9 SCV kills. GG. GG, too much damage here, and SHIN, he will take a lead in the series. We'll take game number 1. Whew, GG. Again, just a really greedy response from Homeowner. When I say greedy response, late gases and late factory out of Homeowner, which means late Hellions, which means it took longer for Homeowner to actually try to claim his natural. And we saw even when he tried to, he just didn't really have any Hellions. He tried to be a little bit greedier by, of course, focusing on his SCV production, getting his natural base up and running, and delaying everything else. Now, to try to get away with that, Homeowner, it looks like he was hoping that his Marines across the map would be able to buy more time. If you remember, he was making non-stop Marine production across the map, but he got surrounded, got cleaned up. In the end, it wasn't as worth it, and GG. GG, well played. We're now getting into game number 2. SHIN takes the lead, but game 2 is going to be on Ultra Love. We'll see if Homeowner can bounce back. See if he can bounce back. Shinish him. Oh no. The puns. The puns. Not like this. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ultra Love, we have our South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg, leading the series 1-0. Then Homeowner changed his color. God damn it. There we go. In the bottom left-hand corner, we have our South Korean Zerg player. It is SHIN. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the orange Terran player from South Korea, leaving the land of Japan. Down in the series, we'll see if you can bounce back. It is Homeowner. Here we go. As we settle into this time there is no SCV across the map. This time the Rax is back at home. This time Homeowner is not going for a proxy. Now, most likely he will all in. That is kind of how Homeowner approaches a lot of these games. For those that are maybe unfamiliar, Homeowner, he is the most aggressive Terran player, or just the most aggressive player in all of South Korea. I would say that. He's hyper cheesy, hyper aggressive. He's very often all in, and you don't get many players quite like Homeowner anymore. He's kind of like the almost the Korean Haas. I don't think he's quite on that level. Homeowner does still macro more than Haas did, at least especially in the earlier years, but still just an animal. Just ay. Not like this. So we'll see what he goes for this time. Double gas opener, faster factory, delayed CC out of Homeowner. This is very unique in this matchup, and this looks like a one base all in, I'll be honest. Like this is a TVP opener. Like you never see double gas in TVZ. This is crazy. So really fast factory. This can lead into early Hellion production, into like a Hellbat push. They can go into like a 1-1-1 into like one base BC. There's a lot of potential here for Homeowner. Meanwhile, we do see across the map a gasless opener out of SHIN. This is insanely greedy. Oh my god. SHIN, he will open up gasless, so no link speed, no lair, no nothing, just pure drones and a very fast third expansion. So SHIN is cutting corners. He does confirm the expansion. Oh, sorry, I should say the racks. Yep, 1-1-1. Widowmine? I was like, is this Hellbats? Is this like a Hellbat drop? Is this Helen? Is this going to be like BCs? Widowmine was not was not what I was thinking. Okay. Does supply block Shin. Now, we'll see if he commits into additional Widow Mines. No, he doesn't. Okay, Tech Lab is on the way. I mean, this can still be BC. Like, of course, you can't make the Fusion Core without the Starport. Mine Shot does go off. Very nice connection. Homeowner catching him. Yeah, there it is. Papi, I'm telling you, I've died to BC so much on the ladder, I can smell it a mile away. Like, I see double gas, I'm like, BC? yeah, we got there. We got there. Oh, no. I can feel it, Papi, I can feel it. Doesn't mean I can stop it. God, no. God, no. But I'm gonna know what kills me before even the Terran knows what's going on. Let's go. As we do have the Admiral top here into his BC production. Meanwhile, we just see Homeowner moving out with his first drop, and likewise, we'll see if Shin also has that kind of vibe as to what's occurring. Unfortunately, Shin, he didn't see. Oh, god damn it, Diva. Now Shin, he knows of the delayed expansion just because of the Widow Mine. Like, the early Widow Mine is a tell that it's an early factory, so he knows it's a delayed CC. He knows that at least. Queens are amassing. We do have a safety Roach Horn on the way for Shin. Alwana does make his way into the main. So enjoy the queens. One queen goes down, no transfuse. He gets one. And he might get the other as well. Yeah, massive connections. He gets 1, 2, almost 3 queens. Homeowner, he's popping up. He does overwhelm. 3 queens go down. Can he get a final queen? Medevac falls. Boys are being pulled. Yeah, 4 queens go down. There's 1 queen left. This is insane. Just insane damage here. 4 queen kills. Does start to step back. It does focus on the drones. Getting what, 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 drone kills. Ay. This is insane damage for 6 Marines and 1 medevac. Very nice drop. And the Widow Mine is about to reset. Oh, no, just barely not. Barely does not reset. Now, what's important here? 4 queens. 4 queens just got sniped, and we have a BC on the way. How many queens are left? That is the question. 2. That's not enough. 2 queens is not enough. This 1 BC might just end the game. We can chase down the queens. We can focus on the spores. This is the early anti-air. 2 queens. And Homeowner, has he cheesed the hell out of Shin? There we go. 1 queen remaining. Down to 1 queen. Down to 0 queens left. Yeah. He's an animal, Papi. GG gets called. The BC rush succeeds. 0 queens remaining. And Homeowner fights back. We're going to the ace match. Let's go. We are going to the ace match, and we'll see what other crazy build Homeowner has up his sleeve. What's it gonna be, Papi? So we're getting into that final ace match. Again, sniping those 4 queens, that was game then and there. Like, before even the BC, with that 1 Marine drop, he had sealed the deal, sniping so many queens. Insane. So getting into game 3, gonna be leading into ley lines. Let's go. And I'll be honest, I'm a little bit concerned for Shin. Now, what I will say coming into this is that Shin, if you remember, he was being very greedy. He was being very greedy. You know, he had gone for a gasless opener. His queen count was still quite healthy, I will say that at least. But he had no link support because he had no link speed, because he had no gas. When it comes to our next game, I would imagine that Shin will be opening up standard. Like, I can't imagine to see another gasless opener. I don't imagine he's going to be quite as greedy, but we'll see. We shall see. As spawning in the top right hand corner of ley lines, we do have our South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg, being forced into the ace match. Oh, getting cheesed out. Let's go. Proxy's on the way. It is Shin. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, and also sending out SCVs across the map for the proxy. 2 racks, at least initially. 2 SCVs, 2 raxes. We do have our South Korean Terran player, the Orange Terran. He's an animal. He's insane. He is Homeowner. Here we go. Also, Homeowner did want me to say to the chat that he does blame Hyper 1. It's true. It's true. He does blame him. Meanwhile, he scouts. He saw. Yeah, we just see Shin. He did see the proxy. He did scout it with his overlord, and this time it's so much faster to just dive on top of these SCVs. The SCVs are going to be denied. The proxy is going to be shut down. Yeah, as the first SCV almost goes down, we can see Homono trying to finish up that first Rax, trying to desperately. But no shot, no way. Yeah, the SCV is going to be killed, and with that, we do cancel the Raxes. A very rough start for Homono. Unfortunately, trying to go for the proxy twice in the series, and he responds as CC first back at home. A very shaky start for the Orange Terran. And Shin popping off. This time he shuts down the proxy ahead of time, going for his pool, going for his gases, settling in, looking comfortable. Oh boy. I think he said Japanese. He is a Korean living in Japan. Just as a heads up, he's a big weeb. It's a Korean living in Japan. He went there for his waifus and his anime girls and cat boys. Este Honmono. Let's catch you up. Oh, that's the hyper one. Just calm down, man. Calm down. Now though, we are going to be moving out, so we do have our CC on the high ground. Likewise, we do see Homono attempting to stabilize, attempting to get back into this game. Again, it is going to be a rocky start as his CC is late, his CC is delayed, his Rax is delayed. There's no reprogression, of course, so Shin, he can skip Lings, he can just drone up as freely as he wants. Yeah, Shin, from here, he can take his third base, he can go into Roach play. Shin has options. Does have options here. Homono less so. Honmono, Juan and Mono. Yes, see, papi, see. He's a man of many names, known as Honmek. Hon Macro. Hon Macro doesn't exist. He's a figment of our imagination. Like, we never see Hon Macro. Do you see Hung Mono at times? True. Hung Mono. It's a popular one. Jeez, third CC before Starport, so following this up with something more economic. He's going to try to be greedy, try to catch up, try to stabilize in this game. Shin, meanwhile, 2-based lair. Oh my god, rushing into his lair, rushing into his roaches as well. And this could be for even like 2-base Muta. We'll see if he goes into Roach speed. I'm curious what is going to be done exactly with this lair. It could just be Roach aggression. But Shin does go for a late expansion, a late third base. So it's a late third out of Shin. For now, droning up. He's also known as Soy Leche, as in Yo Soy Leche. Yes, that's true. That is also true. He really likes his milk. It's gonna become big and strong. Milk him, Hyper One, milk him. So now Homeowner behind this is going into his own Banshee play. When it comes to Shin's build and when it comes to what Homeowner is up to, I was assuming that Homeowner was going to turn this into a 2-base all-in, and it looks like Shin was afraid of that as well. Now Shin confirms that there is a third CC, but that's also, I imagine, why Shin did delay his third base for as long as he did, why he's going into his own Roach production in case there was an all-in coming his way. I would say this is better for Homeowner, as Shin is not being as economic as he otherwise could have been, but I mean, the Roach count that's building up is still terrifying. Meanwhile, from the side of Homeowner, not just a 1-1-1 into Banshee, he's going into Hyperflight Rotors. We might even go into a second Starport as well, which might be a good way to deal some economic damage. Meanwhile, Shin, speaking of all-ins, we're going for the German Taxi. We do have Overlord Speed on the way, Lair is done, and Drop Lords are morphing in. We're going to be moving out with everything, with Roaches, with Queens. The Taxi is coming, and Homeowner, he's not going to be ready for this. He has what to defend? He has Hellions and Banshees. He doesn't even have Cloak. Yeah, detection is not going to be required. The Overseer is there just in case. We have more factories on the way, getting into mech. But again, without tanks, without Cyclones, pure Hellion is going to struggle against the Roach Ravager. And speaking of, here it comes. Roach, they move out. Homeowner gets to pull back. Does have to pull back home. Queens are moving in. Yeah, Queens, they move in. Likewise, you drop over the Banshees. Speed is not yet done for said Banshees either. And Shin, he cannot be stopped. He cannot be stopped. He does just jump forward here. Stutter steps in. Leapfrogs into the main base. Oh, the Contaminate! Let's go! Contaminates the upgrade. There is no Hyperflight Rotors. The boys are being pulled. And the upgrade is not going to finish. It's not going to finish. It's not going to happen. It's going to be bowed down as we speak. And despite forcing the ace match, Homeowner, he won't go further than that. He does dance, the boys. Does dance them. And again, it was impressive. It was very impressive here to go to the ace match. But GG gets called. Then Shin, he will take the series 2-1, advancing on to the quarterfinals. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Shin, he will claim the series. He will advance on. Shout out to Homeowner for cheesing Shin out in game 2 and rushing into one base BC, which completely caught him off guard. And also, of course, having a very successful drop before that as well. Very impressive. GG. GG, well played. Shin, he will claim the series. And the question becomes, does he have an opponent? Who's up next? Who is up next? And also, of course, blame Hyper1 in the chat. Hyper1. Hold on. I got you. Okay, there we go. He tried to say he likes soy milk when answering an interview question in Spanish. Yes, if you want to tune into that interview, we did cast the Homeowner versus Latino America, or I should say La Comunidad Latino America. The VODs are on YouTube. That was back in January, I want to say. But yeah, we did cover the LATAM show match with Homeowner. I think that was before the MC show match, but they did host an interview. And Homeowner, he was flexing his Spanish as he has been on that Duolingo. Here we go. As we are getting into the rest of our matches here. Oh, from the top. Shin, he does advance on into the next round. And we have some updates here. We have some catching up to do. Tavito, let's go. Tavo does take down Inexorable 2-1. Big win there for Tavo. Does advance on to face off against Clem in the next round. We have Uwu Thermal up against Bomyoja in the next round as well. We have Patches versus UED Soldier still ongoing. Shin waiting for the winner of those matches of Patches and UED. Oh, heading on over to the Americas region. Scrolling down a little bit further, do we have any other updates? We have MaxPax. MaxPax takes down Mute, waiting for the winner of Geralt and Nickeract. And we have Cure up against ByuN in a Terran versus Terran matchup. Let's go. TVTs are ongoing. And we're a little bit lost here. We're a little bit lost. We have to figure out where we're headed and what to try to jump into. Right now, Shin has some downtime. Shin, he does have some downtime here, so we could try to jump into Patches versus UED Soldier mid-series. True, we could try to catch that. I know that Cure versus ByuN is a very spicy matchup. I believe that's being casted by Dave Testa. Where is Pig? ¿Dónde está el chanchito? Let's have a look here. Pig, he is covering Uthermal. Okay, so Pig is casting Uwu Thermal. What else do we have here? So Pig is in the upper portion, Dave is in the lower portion, so we have the center available to us. So we can either, ideally, if we want to avoid some of the other casters, we can jump into Patches versus UED Soldier, into Shin. That makes the most sense in my mind. Otherwise, we could try to catch Geralt versus Nickeract into MaxPax. But I guess for now, we'll be focusing on Shin's future match, as they just got out of game. Quarterfinals. And we just got an update here. UED Soldier does take down Patches 2-0. So we have our next series. It's going to be a ZVP between Shin and UED Soldier. Let's go. Again, UED Soldier, he is a younger up-and-comer. He has been rising through the ranks amongst the CIS region, and he has been getting some really good results, but he's still, I would say, kind of in the middle of the pack. Like below Cristiano, below Geralt, comparable to Art, I would say. Yeah, I think I'd place UED Soldier around like Art, below Shameless. Still a strong player in his own right, and has been getting a lot of success as of late. I think, did he join a new team? No, still in CSO Esports, and we'll see how he compares to Shin. Let's go. Let's go. Just catching up. Hero decided to be reasonable and not go for the Monday sweep. Yes, he decided to get some sleep instead. Like, what an animal. Hero, he's not a degen this week. He did decide to get some sleep. He's allowing Clem or MaxPax to get the win instead. Do love to see it. Gracious from Hero. Recently started watching Patch's stream. Are they? Yeah, Patches, he has been a little bit more active and more consistent when it comes to his streams. We've rated him a couple of times. Like usually when we end our morning broadcast, Patches, he's usually one of the streamers that's live by the time we finish casting. So we have rated him like a couple of times over the past couple of weeks. But Patches, he's mainly known in the community for being a map maker. For those who don't know, Patches, he actually made Persephone. Persephone is a map that we casted on earlier today, actually, in this tournament map pool. So he does make a lot of maps, does have a lot of passion for map making, and yeah, puts in a lot of work. Of course, plays some StarCraft as well. True. Imagine choosing sleep over StarCraft. I could never. I could never, Pat. But the bracket is progressing, and I guess we're going to be going on a short break. Yeah, we're going to be going on a short break here. The videos are underway. When we come back, we'll have our next series. We'll have Shin and UD Soldier. We'll see you guys soon after the break. See you soon, Pappy. See you soon. And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the PiGosaur Monday number 26. Welcome back to the quarterfinals. Oh, it's been an intense tournament so far, but we are kind of nearing towards the end here. We're creeping up on those semis, and we're here to determine the first player to make it to those semi-finals. As spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ley Lines, we have the green Protoss player representing CSO Esports. It is ByuN Soldier. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the red Zerg player from South Korea. It is SHIN. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we do open up pool first. Interesting. Pool first opener out of SHIN. He moves out with the drone. He's going for the hatch block across the map. SHIN being hyper aggressive here early on. He's not stopping. He's not playing around. We do see ByuN Soldier comes in for the scout. ByuN Soldier, he will confirm the timing of the spawning pool. He now knows it is a pool first opener, and he should respond with an earlier setup here on the low ground. And yeah, he does look to, instead of expanding, will look to try to wall up and wall off. Drone moves in. Drone does move in. Will take the expansion. Yep, here comes that hatch block. And ByuN Soldier forced to throw down that cyber core, make that first zealot. Boys are being pulled, Link production's on the way. Now remember, ByuN Soldier, he knows that this isn't just a fake hatch block, as in he knows that there's layers to this. He's aware of the pool first, so he knows that Link should be coming. So the Zelda's on the way. So far, some decent SimCity. Does get 6 probes here on that hatchery. Zelda pops out as well. And Lings, they do move out across the map. This hatchery is going to be denied. There's a cancel. Does cancel, does get that kill. Very nicely done. So that we get a kill here on the drone. We do wall up with the pylon with the zealots, and with that ByuN Soldier, he is safe and sound. Now his expansion is heavily delayed, but he shouldn't lose anything to these Lings. He should not lose anything here. So far it's looking solid. Lings, they can chip away at the pylon or at the cyber core, but no major damage. Overlord confirms that there is an expansion, and now the game will continue. Now, as it all settles, it's a bit of an awkward start. The natural is delayed for ByuN Soldier, but also the natural is also delayed for SHIN as well, and he's going for a double expand. It makes sense. He's going to be double expanding to try to make up for this. Likewise, SHIN, he does pull, or actually he does pull into gas, just now taking his gas geyser. And now we can settle and stabilize into a longer game. As SHIN double expands. Does double expand, and meanwhile ByuN Soldier opening up with the Twilight Council. SHIN, he sees everything though. Gets into the main base, does confirm the tech, gets eyes on the Twilight Council, and ByuN Soldier is going to be more aggressive, but SHIN is aware of that aggression. From here we can go into Glaive Adepts, we can go into early Dark Shrine. ByuN Soldier, he has a couple of options with how he wants to approach this, but at least SHIN knows to be safe, to be careful, and to rescout for any further tech. SHIN is fully aware. Robo is on the way. ByuN Soldier, he does pull out of gas. This should be Glaives. So this looks like a 4-gate Glaive Adepts out of ByuN Soldier. If it was a Dark Shrine, we'd pull back into gas. But right now it's only 4 workers mining instead of 6. So he doesn't commit as hard. We have the 4-gate setup. And we're waiting for that upgrade. There it is. Glaives are on the way. And SHIN, he confirms. I mean, he already sees. He does see the research here on the Twilight Council, so he knows it is going to be Glaives and not a Dark Shrine. Technically, this could be a combination of the two, if he was unaware of the gases. Well, the Prism is on the way. And ByuN, he does... SHIN, he does get a safety Roach Warren. So early Roach Warren, early gases, getting up to 3 gases to sustain that Roach production. The Lings are building up. And we'll see what ByuN Soldier can achieve. Now, thankfully, there is no SimCity, so ByuN Soldier has no concern about being walled out of the bases. That's a lot of Lings pumping out here for SHIN. He's got 14 Lings on the way. Yep, SHIN, he confirms. Gets eyes on all the Adepts. Yeah, roach production has begun. Building up those roaches, massing up those lings. Does build up. 11 adepts, 8 do threaten a shade here towards the natural. So far, Shin, he does keep up with the movement. Yeah, it does keep up. One roach goes down. Adepts, they're getting some damage, they're getting some value. They get a drone, they get a roach. They threaten the expansion. Oof. Shin trying to move in, and UD Soldier gets the hell out of here. Back at home, this so far is not enough damage. Does have a prism towards the main base. He's building up his immortal count. And will he turn this into a 2-base all-in, or will he attempt to expand? Where are we taking this? As so far, this is still not enough damage. Overlord goes in to confirm. Warping in even, that's a lot of adepts. Ay. Getting up to 19. 19 adepts here for UD Soldier. Roach Ravager still amassing. And Shin is keeping up. Adepts say don't commit. The immortal count is getting there. Third base now being taken. UD Soldier trying to transition out of this. But this has just been such a big commitment, such a big investment from UD Soldier, and it just hasn't been worth it yet. Oh, gets another roach. Gets one more roach. I'm just worried about the eventual counterattack. I say that there is no lair. No lair, no roach speed as a result. There we go, lair is just now on the way. It's a late lair here for Shin. So most likely we're going to slow things down. We're going to drone up and get into a longer game. As without roach speed, Shin doesn't really have much pushing power with this army. Oh. Good soldier moving in. He's got his 2 immortals. That's a hefty army. Piles being sent on the observer. They do trigger here on the immortals, not bad. Adepts take him into the shade, immortals they back up. Adepts are making their way to the mineral line, and drones are going to be going down. So far, some decent damage. The Wiles, oh, they do connect. Getting to 4, 5, 6 drone kills, getting it to 8, shading into the main. And Shin is being torn apart. He's not keeping up. Drones are falling left and right. 14 drone kills. And Shin is in trouble. Shin, he's in trouble here as he's not done. UD Soldier, he's not done. Not yet. I spoke too soon. he's done. Goes to the recall. I was waiting for the shade back into the natural, but didn't commit to the shade. Did recall instead. And that was good damage, but was it enough? Looking at the worker counts, Shin, he still has a comparable economy. 54 workers. Roach speed is on the way, and once it finishes, Shin can move out. So Shin, he can soon move out. Now at least UD Soldier saved the immortals. The immortals are still safe and sound. And he's getting up to 4 immortals. So breaking the third base is not going to be easy. Shin, he has to back off, take his gases. Is droning up. So UD Soldier is moving out for, I guess, the third wave. With the third push. Has less adepts this time, but has even more immortals. Keeping an eye on Shin. Likewise, Shin is getting into Ling Main Roach Ravager. Bailing speed is halfway done. That's going to be a big power spike here for Shin. He will have now a much more secure answer to the adepts. Likewise, it's going to be up to UD Soldier to force field to lock down the army. So he does move out. Again, that's a lot of sentries, a lot of force fields. He's up to 5 immortals. And the soup does lie here. Shin, he's up in supply, but that is an inflated supply with Roach Ravager. UD Soldier can take the fight. On the Biles. Oh, they do connect. They take down a sentry. 1 sentry goes down. Massive pickup. Lings, they coming from behind. Bailey's rolling in. And the force fields are barely not good enough. Bailey's, they crash in. They shut down the sentries. Massive connections. And Shinny's done it. He has done it. He breaks through those force fields. Takes down the prism. Prism goes down. Denies the warp in. And he collapses on those immortals. Just started setting forward. GG gets called. SHIN, he will overwhelm, and SHIN will take game number 1. Whew. GG. SHIN does take a lead. Again, a very intense final win with their final fight between the two players. The force fields barely did not deter those Banelings. Banelings, they got past the force fields, they connected with the sentries. That was game. That was game then and there. We had some brutal Baneling connections, and SHIN overwhelms. With that, SHIN now takes a lead, and we'll see if UD Soldier can bounce back and force the ace match. Again, UD Soldier, he had some good moments in that game when it came to dealing economic damage, building up his immortal counts. A lot of it did come down to that final fight. Here we go. Getting ready here for our next game. As the rest of the bracket is progressing quite nicely, actually. We already have our first semi-finalists. ByuN, we'll get into it. We'll get into it after the series. We'll get there. But the bracket is progressing quite nicely. And we have our map for game 2. Going to be another Patches map, actually. Going to be loading into Talisman. One of the more quirky maps in the map pool. I'm still on the fence about it. Definitely has some fun features, don't get me wrong. Hyper aggressive as well. So it might be another shorter game. As we have some hybrid bases, some hybrid locations, and some very interesting kind of expansion patterns. And here we go. Spawning in the top right-hand corner of Talisman, we have our green Protoss player representing CSO Esports. It is UD Soldier. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponents once again moving out with the drone. Oh, hello. We have the South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg, leading the series 1-0. It is SHIN. Hello, SHIN. What's going on? Now, one of the big features here of Talisman is the hybrid expansion. You have a potential natural base here with gold minerals, with regular minerals as well, and there is actually there is a way for a worker to go up the ramp. There's a little alleyway here, a little path that does allow workers to mineral walk through that location to go in and out of the main base to expand. But SHIN, he goes to the proxy hatchery here right outside the main. Okay. This I was not expecting. Show us what you got. So proxy hatchery, you can see that it's rallied to mine minerals as well. Of course, he's going to be fighting against the ramp and the high ground, so if UD Soldier realizes what's going on, he can punish this, but that's only if he realizes. You can see with the probe scout, UD Soldier is looking for the expansion. He checks the typical natural location. He does scout on the right-hand side as well. We do see a transfer of workers, but the probe does barely miss a transfer. UD Soldier, he's searching for the expansion. He's trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Oh, he's checking. Yeah, he's checking his scouting. It looks like he will confirm the location. Whew. Early scout here by UD Soldier. He knows. And now it's on the Protoss to punish this. Now workers have transferred. Have arrived. Spawning pool behind this, I would imagine into a roach one, into a roach rush across the map. As he's mining through those patches. Going for a forge, going for cannons. Oh, okay. Interesting. Setting up for a wall of cannons, but the forge is still in production. Yeah, Lings are on the way. Queens as well. There's Ling speed, no roach warren, but we are still mining gas. And the wall is about to open. Down to 10. Down to 5. Oh! And now it does open up. Lings, they do flood in. Cannon is not ready. And now there's a shield battery, but there's an adept. True. Adept is in position. Shield battery taking a lot of hits. Taking a lot of hits. Boys are being pulled. No spine crawlers. Queen moves into support. That shield battery does put in a lot of work. It's put in a lot of work. Shield battery is going to be targeted down. More Lings moving in, but this is still a shaky assault here from SHIN. Takes down the shield battery. Queen taking a lot of damage. Oh, losing one drone. Losing one drone so far. Backup shield battery also under fire. God, that queen can tank a lot. Forces back the adepts. But again, we're still bleeding out a lot of lings here. I'm not so certain this is worth it. Stalker comes in, queen is going to get surrounded. And the queen should fall. Oh, does not escape, does not get away. Meanwhile, Link Speed kicks in. Oh, what's being pulled? Lings, they commit, they shut down one of the adepts, and it looks like SHIN, he has done it. Well played. He breaks through the shield batteries. They don't come into play. They're too far away. They don't protect the mineral line. And SHIN, he will take the series at 2-0. Whew, GG. GG, well played. We had a bunch of shield batteries on the way, but as we saw, we were fighting away from them. In the end, Link Speed kicked in. SHIN, he collapsed on the army, got into the mineral line. That was game. That was game then and there. A very intense game and very shaky as well. I wasn't too certain about SHIN fighting for control of those shield batteries, but he was able to just buy enough time, dance with the army, wait for Link Speed. GG. GG, well played. SHIN, he will advance on to the semifinals, and now we can catch up on the bracket. Let's go. Let's catch up with the bracket. Let's figure out where we are and where we are headed. Okay, from the top, SHIN, he is in those semifinals. And SHIN has a lot of downtime. He has a lot of downtime. I have confirmation Clem and Tavito, they are playing their match, their mid-series. Bomyoja, oh my. Bomyoja. Bappy. He's cracked. Bomyoja with the 2-1 over Uwu Thermal. Very impressive. Very impressive. GG, well played. Does advance on to the next round over his opponents. I'm very impressed, very shocked, very surprised. GG, happy for him. Bomyoja waiting for the winner of Clem and Davito. Likewise, SHIN waiting for the winner of those matches as well. So SHIN, he has a lot of downtime. A lot of downtime. Meanwhile, scrolling down, we have our PvP, MaxPax. MaxPax versus Geralt. Geralt did go to the ace match against Nickrat. It was very close, very back and forth. That could have gone either way. But we do have that PvP ongoing. Winner goes up against ByuN in the lower semis. Now, because of how this is lined up and because of the delays in the upper portion of the bracket, most likely the lower semifinals is going to be ready first, so we do have reason to focus on those lower semis and follow that into ByuN. Just quickly checking what's going on here. So Dave Tessa's casting Clem versus Davito, and Chanchito is casting Geralt versus MaxPax. They're in game 1. Okay. They're in game 1, so we are heading over to the European server, and we will try to catch Geralt versus MaxPax game number 2. Geralt, MaxPax. They actually just started. What the? My God. They just started. Okay, let's have a look here. So up next should be MaxPax versus Geralt. Because they just began, we will have some extended downtime. Gonna have some downtime, waiting for a game 2 to arrive. Just catching up with the chat. SHIN it to win it. Oh no, let's go. Game-winning Bile. If you recall, I remember the movie I was talking about where the Bile killed one of the sentries. I mean, true, like every force field did count. But let's have a look here. But yes, for now we have some downtime, so we're going to be going on a short break. As a reminder, our next series should be MaxPax versus Geralt. They're currently in game 1, we'll be joining game 2 and potentially game 3, following that into ByuN, and by the time we wrap up the lower semifinals, the upper semifinals should be ready for us. So ideally, we might be able to catch both semis, depending on how fast or how slow some of these matches are. But that is the plan. Otherwise, we'll see you guys in a couple of minutes. We're going to be going on a break. Take this time to get some snacks, get some food, get some water, drain your disruptors, massage your marines, and hydrate all of your hydras. We'll be back soon with our next series. See you then. See you then. Bye. See you then. And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the quarterfinals of the PiGosaur Monday number 26. We are jumping into mid-series. We are back. We have returned. As a reminder, SHIN is waiting in the upper semis for his next opponents, but he is waiting for quite some time. He has a lot of downtime, so we're here to jump into the lower bracket. Lower half of the bracket, I should say. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of the major, we have the Polish Protoss player, the red Protoss for stream return. It is Geralt. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the Danish Protoss player, the blue Protoss representing Sidestorm Gaming. It is MaxPax. We go, and if you are in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamma time. Predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat. As a reminder, we are jumping in a mid-series. Game 1 was off stream. Game 1 did go the way of MaxPax, but we'll see if Geralt can bounce back. Again, we have seen Geralt take maps and even series off of MaxPax in the past. He has popped off, but MaxPax is still the heavy favorite. Still very much so the heavy favorite in this tournament. We'll see if he can be brought down. Let's go. So now Geralt, he does move out. Do have a 2-gate opener here back at home. So 2-gate opener out of Geralt. Meanwhile, MaxPax is going for his own gate cyber expand. We do have a much more economic, greedy build here by MaxPax, and we'll see if Geralt can punish this. We'll see if he tries to punish this. Especially on a larger map like Amygdala, it can be difficult to commit into an all-in and try to break his opponent. Basically, what's happening here is that Geralt, with a 2-gate opener, he will have excess gateway units to work with. So because of that, he can proxy, he can try to overwhelm and try to overpower MaxPax. On the flip side, MaxPax going for something greedier here, a gateway into a cybercore, into a Stargate, then the expansion. Very, I should say, greedy builds, but often MaxPax is very well versed when it comes to defending against all-ins. And no proxy here out of Geralt. He's just in position to delay. He does force out the Zealot, as Geralt is here to pylon block. Pylon gets thrown down, and Geralt, he will delay for as long as he can. He will delay the expansion. As the Stargate is on the way. With said Stargate, we should be opening up Oracle. Pylon is cancelled, and Geralt, he does not get a second pylon. Oh! Moving in. Doesn't quite get it. There's the expand. So MaxPax, he will expand. He sets up back at home. I'll set up back at home. Likewise, Geralt, he goes for his own expansion as well, trying to catch up. It is a similarly timed nexus here from Geralt. He did skip his additional units, so double Stalker into Sentry, does skip his 4th unit here to try to keep up economically. So again, no all-in and no aggression here. Geralt, he moves out with a couple of Stalkers, but for the most part, MaxPax should be okay. He should be able to hold his own. Stalkers, they do spread. They, of course, confirm the initial units. Decent shots going off, but nice positioning here at a MaxPax. Pulls away, Oracle dives in to punish. Oh, and MaxPax, he will catch the first Stalker. Very nice catch. Takes down the first Stalker, he'll take down the second as well. No economic damage, but a very nice start. The advantage that Geralt had was a Stalker count, and now that advantage is no longer there. It's not there, not anymore. Oracle towards the main base, Gateway Army towards the natural, sentries that get brought down. He's going for the sentry, and he gets it, he gets one. No, does he get both? Okay, thankfully the other sentry does get within range of the shield battery. Probes are coming for the surround. Probes are going to be falling though. Getting 2 probe kills, and now we have double Oracle into the main base, and MaxPax is getting a hand, is getting out of control. Thankfully, 2 Stalkers are in position. Whew, Geralt, he is holding. Zealot is going to eventually go down. Never mind, MaxPax, he pulls away just in time. 2 HP! The 2 HP Zealot, ay. Does pull away. Oracle's back into the main. They go for a drive-by, 3 more probe kills, nice damage. And MaxPax behind this will expand. Again, he's just been harassing with a couple of units here with 2 Oracles, with a Stalker, with a Zealot, with a Sentry, nothing major. With an Adept even. Bypasses the main army, 9 probe kills, oh my god, this is getting out of hand. 10 probes go down. Geralt does expand, but the economy here is crippled down to 29 workers. Ay. That should not have happened. And with that, Geralt is hurting. MaxPax pulling back. Getting his third base, building up his stalkers, getting there's no final fight. That's just game-ending damage this early on, and MaxPax, he will snowball out of control. He will take the win, take the 2-0. GG, well played. A bit of a bittersweet end here. Again, it was very impressive performance there by MaxPax. Unfortunately, Geralt, he took game-ending damage, losing that many workers, that many probes that early on. At this level of play, you can't afford those mistakes. You can't afford those missteps. Taking that many losses, you don't expect your opponent, especially in a mirror matchup, to make any mistakes to allow you to recover in that kind of position. So Geralt, he just fell too far behind. GG. GG, well played. He also was taking a third base at the time, so he had no option for like a 2-base all-in or to try to take up in a different direction. It was just a really rough position there for Geralt. And with that, a very impressive performance by MaxPax. GG. GG, well played. We now head on over here to the American server because MaxPax, he has his next opponent. Switching on over here, we have our lower semis ready for us. Let's go. You can see it here before you. We have some updates. Clem takes down Davito 2-0. Clem is now up against Bob Mioja in the next round. Meanwhile, we have our lower semifinals, ByuN versus MaxPax, coming up next. Have a PBT. We go. We are going to be setting up. We're getting ready here. Again, we have our PBT. Also, I just messaged ByuN. I was like, did you sleep today? He's like, no. Dot, dot, dot. No sleep, Pappy. No sleep. Smurge. But okay, we're getting ready. We're getting ready here for our next match. Again, shout out to both ByuN and MaxPax for getting through all the events and for getting through all the weeklies and not sleeping. Crazy. So apparently I did see, God, who was talking about this? It was ByuN, I think ByuN was talking about it. So I was asking ByuN, I was like, yo, so I heard about this over the weekend. For those that were here for the Sparkling Tuna Cup and for our last week's tournaments, Sola, he was talking to ByuN about playing a football match, soccer, football, depending on your verbiage. There's a football match that's going to be going on between foreigners and Koreans in Korea. For those that don't know, there are players like Trigger, Neeb as well, and some others are currently Lambo, for example. Sort of, they're in Korea, right? And apparently there's going to be like a Korea versus foreigner show match, like football match. And they were talking about it last week. I didn't know it was today, and I was messaging ByuN. I was like, "Yo, did you sleep?" He's like, "What's going on?" Like, Solo and Hero, they're not here. What's going on? What's happening? He's letting us know that that football match, it's happening in 3 hours. it's happening today. So that's why Solo and Hero didn't play in the tournament, because they're sleeping to play out their match. And ByuN is gonna be there as well, but ByuN is still playing StarCraft. like they're gonna be rested for the match. ByuN is going full degen. He's not getting any sleep at all going into that match. God damn it. Mate, he's gonna pass out, Pap. He's gonna pass out on the field. Oh no. ByuN. Doesn't ByuN always degen? Well, it's not about him degenning, because usually he degens and then he goes to sleep. But right now, he pulls an all-nighter, playing in all 3 tournaments, and he's playing in a football match in like 2 hours. He's got another event planned after this. He's gonna be awake for like 2 days straight or something. Oh my god. To be fair, there is grass touching involved in the end. I mean, there is. I guess he can pass out on the green, on the grass, I guess. God damn it. Your hands down the best, SD Caster. Thanks for doing what you do. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Tholina. Thank you for the kind words. Do appreciate it. Hold on. I'm asking ByuN if he can take photos of the football match. Get someone to cast. Let's go. So ByuN going full degen. Now, hopefully ByuN isn't going to be a liability to his team when they play. So it's going to be Solar, Hero, ByuN, Ryung. I know at least those 4. Who else is going? Maybe Bunny. I know Bunny hangs out with them. Maybe Shin. I don't know if Shin plays football. I don't know about Shin, but I'm pretty sure Ryung 100%. Like Ryung, he's always down. He's always down, back. He always. We'll find out. I'm sure they'll post about it on like Instagram. Okay, so, oh. It's gonna be Hero, ByuN, Creator, Solar, Bunny, Hydra, Armani. Oh, okay. I haven't seen Hydra and Armani in a very long time. That's out of left field. I was like, no, Ryung. Apparently Ryung lives far away. Ah, smudge. I miss Armani. I miss Armani so much. People are wondering, where are all the Zerg players in these tournaments? Now we found them. The Hydra and Armani. they're playing football, but they're touching grass. Oh my god. They're going full Messi and Ronaldinho pack. Alright, so we got Team Korea. Hero, ByuN, Creator, Solar, Bunny, Hydra, and Armani. Who's on Team Foreigner? I'm gonna imagine Trigger, Neeb, Lambo, sort of. Those are the only ones that I know in Korea currently. Astrea's not in Korea right now. Clem isn't in Korea. I've got those 4 locked in. We'll see who else. We're getting the goss. Oh, let's go! Let's go. So I didn't know who went to the wedding. I didn't know who went to the wedding, but so I was assuming Lambo, and sort of. But yeah, it's gonna be Trigger, Lambo, sort of, Spirit. I didn't know that Spirit went. Harstem and Petit Drogo. Let's go. So it's gonna be Spirit, Trigger, sort of, Lambo, Harstem, Petit Drogo. Reino's also in Korea. Apparently he's not a part of this. I don't. Maybe he doesn't touch grass. But for those who don't know what the wedding that I'm referring to, it's all over Twitter and Instagram and everything. Sort of, he's been engaged for a long time. Sort of got married. He got married like 2 days ago. And for the wedding, a bunch of like the European pros flew over. They flew to Korea to be a part of the wedding. And I knew that Lambo was there for the wedding. I didn't know who else went. Apparently Harstem, Spirit, and Drogo also went as well. That's really fun to hear. Like seeing these players like interact outside, of course, and like outside of the game. So really cool. And they're having a show match. They're having a football match with the Koreans. Let's go. I'm hoping they take photos. So it's very wholesome, very wholesome. And of course, like before we get into this, like I didn't get to mention it previously. We're probably going to talk about it during the podcast. But congratulations to Sort of course. Like big shout to Sort of for getting married. Like there's photos all over social media about it. With his wedding, of course, looking suave in the suit, looking very suave. And again, congratulations to the two. And it leads into this, you know, now they get to have their show match. But here we go. Spawning in the right-hand corner of Leylines, we have the Danish Protoss player, the Blue Protoss representing Sidestorm Gaming. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the red Terran player. We have the South Korean Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. We go as ByuN. He does sneak out around the edge of the map. He does head in towards the natural for an eBay block. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat, as the eBay has been thrown down. Where are the photos? Hold on, I'll link them. So there's different photos depending on where you are. As in, he did post some photos to Twitter and other photos to Instagram. But Twitter and Instagram are the place to be. Hold on, I got you. So I think there are different sets of photos, but bam, there we go. Where do I put this? Do I put this in brag? Brag. There we go. I'll put it in your Discord. For now, oh my god, as we do force the unnatural natural. My apologies, just a little bit tapped out, but now we can focus on the match itself, and so far, MaxPax forced to expand elsewhere. Now, the reasoning for this was the eBay. As you saw, we had the eBay block here at the natural, so MaxPax, to maintain his economy, forced to expand elsewhere, did not want to delay his nexus, and that does give an opportunity to ByuN. Now, ByuN can abuse this location, try to move into the natural, try to move in towards that third base, can try to find some more damage early on with Reaper Hellion. Speaking of, oh my god, this is an intense setup here. We're getting into a 2-rack setup before the starport. Okay, we're popping off. Reaper goes in. Threatens a mineral line. We have our take of choice. Going to be a Twilight Council opener out of MaxPax going into Blink. Now, as we get into Blink, we should focus on what ByuN is up to, as he's still trying to find some scouting. Does go back into the main base. Does juke. Does jive. And does get past that adept. ByuN, he confirms. Does confirm the tech. Back at home, what I was surprised by, what I was exclaiming about here, is no starport. No starport for MaxPax, sorry, for ByuN. To get a faster racks like this screams fast stim into fast bioproduction into a big 2-base push. There we go, does actually go for the atom swap into faster tank production even instead. But what's important, yep, third racks, 2-base all in. 2-base all in out of ByuN. Really fast tank production, really fast bio production into stim, into mass marine, into late starport, into a massive push on 2 bases. ByuN, he can pull the boys with this. He can choose to pull the boys. We'll see what he goes for. Regardless, hyper aggression out of ByuN. Oh boy. And MaxPax sees nothing. He saw the CC, but he did not get eyes on the production, so MaxPax is in the dark right now. The longer this goes on, the more concerned I'm going to be if MaxPax doesn't scout this. It's like, yeah, for sure. Big shout to Sort of. The family. Make sure to congratulate Sort of on the social medias. Give him some love. As for now, we do see that F's once again. I believe their scout is denied. I say the story, they do shit into the main. They got in. SCV's going to be going down. Big scout here from MaxPax. This should not have happened. And this should not have gone down. He sees everything in the main. He gets some SCV damage. 4 SCVs go down. And now MaxPax, he knows. He knows, he is aware. Behind this, how many gateways do we throw down? He's on 3-gate blink into a 3rd base. No 4th gateway, so a little bit greedy here from MaxPax, but he's being proactive. That's what's important here. He's being proactive. He's going to slow down the push and slow down the aggression of ByuN. And again, the shades, they should not have gotten into the main. MaxPax moving in. Warping in 3 stalkers at a time. MaxPax ByuN setting up back at home. Bunker's not ready. Stim is going to finish up in a couple of seconds. Bunker is denied. It's delayed. Stim finishing up in 3 seconds. And ideally, ByuN, he wants to punish a blink. Let's try to punish and bait out a blink here. And dive on the army. The problem is that MaxPax, because of the scout, he knows that there's early Stim. He is aware. And ByuN, as a result, he's not achieving much with this. Does have his next set of upgrades on the way. Combat shields, +1. Add-on swap into medevacs to eventually move out. But so far, MaxPax looking solid. Getting up to 3 bases. And now going to a massive gateway explosion into charge. And this is a safer way to approach this. Back in the day, the meta used to be to go for a faster bait into faster Colossus before the gateway explosion, but here MaxPax will have extra zealots and an immense amount of zealots to deal with this push to shut down this army. From here, ByuN has to make a choice. He may just go for a delayed 3rd CC. It is going to be late. It's not ideal, but he may just go for a later expansion. Or he could just pull the boys. Oof. Oh, God. As the Marines, they get shut down. There's a lot of Marines falling. ByuN, what's the plan? Here comes the Unsiege. Here comes the move out. Upgrades are about to finish. As he breaks out, MaxPax, he's ready for the run by. Yeah, he's ready for the counterattack. ByuN, he's about to be punished. Prism right into the natural. Oh, didn't quite go in with the zealots. There we go. Now he loads up. Loads up. 4th base is on the way. ByuN, he is still yet to expand. Waiting to see, does he pull the boys? Now waiting for the prism. Nice catch. Sends away the war prism. ByuN, he now knows that, of course, there is a backstab available here. ByuN, he moves out. We could end up even in a, we could even end up in a bit of a base trade because of that prism. ByuN, he doesn't pull the boys, but still very committed. Still no CC, no expansion, just 2 bases. And denying this 4th base is not good enough. It's not good enough here. ByuN needs more damage than this. So I'll say race back. This does trigger the prism. Colossus has arrived. ByuN, he's gaining ground. Denies the expansion. That's an okay start, but he needs more. Let's head towards the main. 2nd Colossus on the way. He's already got a 2nd Colossi. ByuN just doesn't have enough. Does pick up a pylon, gets a couple of volleys off on the main army. It's some damage. And ByuN's expanding. ByuN 3rd CC is on the way. He's going to expand, going to try to macro out of this. MaxPax is in a better position. I'm a little bit concerned that ByuN is overstaying his welcome. Sure, he denied an expansion and he picked off a couple of units here and there, but if he sticks around a little bit too long, he will be surrounded. He will be cleaned up. Speaking of surround, yep, MaxPax is now getting in position. Actually just going for a counterattack. Goes for a counterattack instead, catches reinforcements, massive pickup. Getting a couple of mines, a couple of marauders. Nice catch there from MaxPax. ByuN boosting into the main. He's crazy. Let's go. Boosting into the main. MaxPax out of position, forced to recall. ByuN is going for +2. And he will not deny it. +2 does finish just in time. Tanks are on the low ground. Zealots charge in. And ByuN is going to be cleaned up. He's going to be cleaned up. He cannot fight this head on. We get some decent tank shots, but the tanks, they all go down. And ByuN has to get the hell out of here. At the same time, they'll say warp into the main base. 12 SCV kills. So MaxPax, he defends the main. He attacks across the map. He defends the fourth base as well. And ByuN, he's in a world of hurt. It's not looking good. Again, ByuN, he was committed. He was all in. He did not do enough damage. ByuN, he plummets in supply, and MaxPax is about to max out. And there's nothing to stop him. Nothing to keep him back. He can now move out with everything. And ByuN did have potential early on, but again, he got scouted, right? He got scouted, he got seen. MaxPax did a great job punishing. ByuN, he's out of momentum. Oh. Guy's collapsing in. Oh god, the Marines, they just melt against the Colossus. Yeah, GG gets called. There's no taking this fight. And MaxPax, he will snowball into a win. Snowball out of control. GG. GG, well played. Whew. MaxPax, he does take a lead in the series. Again, ByuN was hyper aggressive this game. He did commit basically into a 2-base all-in, and we saw that the push was massive. It was terrifying. He did deny the fourth base, but he couldn't do anything more than that. He couldn't gain any more ground. He was forced to expand. It was a late expansion, so he fell behind economically, fell behind production-wise, and was just overwhelmed. GG. GG, well played. With that, MaxPax takes a lead, and now we are getting ready for our next game. We're getting ready for game number 2. Oh. Oh, and this I was not expecting. Okay, we're loading into game 2, and we're going to be loading into a very fancy map, one of the newer TLMC maps. We're loading into Last Fantasy. Let's go. Let's go. ByuN cheeses game 2, then takes a power nap. Yo, I mean, he does have a couple of hours, right? He had 3 hours from I think he has 2 hours until the football match. Ah, no. He's on a timer. But here we go, spawning in on the right hand side of Last Fantasy. We do have our Danish Protoss player, the blue Protoss representing Storm Gaming, leading the series 1-0. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the top side of Last Fantasy, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. Here we go. And welcome one and all to, for the first time in years, a 3-player spawn map. You can spawn in top side, right side, or over towards the left as well. 3 possible spawn locations. But something that makes things even more interesting here are the speed zones. We have plenty of speed zones in the center of the map. The purpose of these speed zones is to make it easier and make it faster to scout and to go from one base to the other with your initial scouting workers, with your initial reapers, more importantly as well, with your reapers, with your lings. You can get across the map faster through these speed zones and get a read on what is going on. We just see that MaxPax does scout next to himself, and he will confirm the location of ByuN. So nice scout here from MaxPax. He confirms the spawn location, confirms the racks back at home, double gas opener out of ByuN, going for a faster factory. Meanwhile, ByuN is still in the dark. ByuN, he does not know what's going on. He has not SCV scattered yet. Now, on top of the speed zones in the center, we also have these air blockers. I don't know if you can see them, but we have these massive red force fields here, just engulfing the entire terrain. We have some like barren wasteland outside, and we have the lush greenery in the center, I should say. So we are fully walled off, we're fully walled in. That means that this area is not dead space. Air units cannot actually make it past these massive zones, so you cannot actually hide drops here in the corners of the map. The map is smaller than it seems. So the map is actually much smaller, so there's no dead space here for drops, for liberties, for any kind of air unit to be parked here behind the main or behind the natural either. So we have seen many a player actually get stuck here with their medevacs to try to like boost past, and they get trapped here on the air blockers, of course, and they get shut down. So there is a bit of a learning curve. You know, ByuN, he does scout the southern base. And does confirm the location of MaxPax. MaxPax going for a Twilight Council opener. Going to Twilight Council, going to Blink. Now, when it comes to the base locations here, they're a little bit interesting. If you expand away from your opponents, you're relatively safe. You have a narrow ramp coming into your third base. Likewise, you have a narrow ramp coming in between the bases as well. There are a lot of avenues of attack, but they're relatively narrow, and you can make these into choke points, and you can wall up and get some good SimCity going. When it comes to expanding towards your opponents, it can be a little bit more awkward. The terrain here, especially when it comes to the cliff faces, you can take advantage of. So we'll see how we open up. With double gas, it's going to be Reactor Reaper Hellion. Okay. So much more aggressive start here by ByuN. Does move out. First Hellion gets caught by the Adepts. Takes a couple of shots. Takes a couple of hits. Oh! So far, it takes down the first Reaper. Not bad, but last will bleed out both of the Adepts. So better trade here by ByuN. ByuN, he does move out. We can see MaxPax walling up and fully walling up. Whew, just in time. Does fully wall. Behind this, ByuN going for a 1-1-1 into drop play. MaxPax meanwhile walled into his own main. Reapers, they get 2 probe kills. They get 2 workers across the map. Two workers. Heli Reaper is going to be zoned away. MaxPax building up. He is on 3 gates, I believe. Yeah, 1 gate in the main base, and we have, 2 gates in the main and 1 gate at the natural. So 3-gate blink out of MaxPax. Just like the last game, he will soon move out, soon harass, and we'll see if ByuN can keep up. Oh. Going for a singular Hellion Reaper drop into the main. There's not really much potential in this drop, but I guess it can harass and annoy. Third base being taken. MaxPax is about to move out. Drop into the main. Can get some damage, I suppose. Let's go. Gets a probe. Gets 1. Not much more than that, though. There we go. Second probe goes down. Can he get 3? Oh, not quite. So 2 probe kills. Meanwhile, MaxPax is now focused across the map instead, blinks into the main. The tanks are a little bit too far back. The production is exposed. Gets an SCV, gets 1. Gets 1, gets 2. Nice counterattack. Medevac across the map is empty. And MaxPax is not done. Going for the tech lab. Stim is going to be denied. The tank is too far back. It's too far back. Massive pickoff, and ByuN is hurting. ByuN is hurting. He's in a lot of trouble here. We'll lose his tech lab. Rax goes down as well. Getting another add-on. And this isn't game-ending damage, but this is all slowing down ByuN. It's all delaying any kind of push, delaying any kind of breakouts. ByuN is contained on 2 bases. Oh, Liberator across the map, not bad. Getting 4 probes. Gets 4 probe kills. MaxPax building up his gate count. Once again, getting to +1 in charge. We saw this same follow-up out of MaxPax in the last game. Going for delayed Colossus. Into faster charge lots. Observer gets caught. Stalkers are denied. But again, ByuN is hurting. As MaxPax still looking for a way in. So he's still searching. Delays the CC. CC a little bit too close to the edge. ByuN does have a drop setting up here across the map to try to get into the natural, try to get some breathing room, but for the most part, Max is doing a great job here just containing. Doing a great job containing ByuN. There's the recall though. ByuN breaks out. Forces the recall. Oh! Boost away. Does boost away. Again, locked in by those air blockers. I mean, I guess blockers in general, as nothing can get past. ByuN does make it back home, moving out with another double drop. Getting ready to, I should say. And all that MaxPax needs to do is just contain. Just contain his opponents, getting a 4th expansion up and running. Third base is fully saturated, now taking up into Colossus, into +2. MaxPax just embracing the mid game. And ByuN has still yet to expand. He's almost there. Takes down the Observer. The Observer, likewise MaxPax forced back. ByuN taking his 3rd. Nice tank setup here. He's got 3 tanks here behind the army. MaxPax, he doesn't need to commit. Looking for another way in. And rotating over at the same time, massive warping into the main. Zelsei bust in. Oh. Tank boys on Colossus. Colossus is exposed. Massive pickoff. Colossus goes down. And nice catch here from ByuN. Takes down the Colossus. Tanks are still well set up. But Zelsei coming from behind. The first tank goes down. The second tank as well. Just barely survives. And ByuN holds. Whew. ByuN, he does hold on. Even catches an Immortal. Takes down the Immortal, defends against the Zealots. He still will lose at 12 SCVs, and MaxPax has 74 workers almost on full 4-base saturation. He's almost there. And again, there's nothing forcing MaxPax to commit in. He doesn't have to fight, doesn't have to try to break the 3rd. He can just calm things down, get a 2nd Robo, build up more Colossus, Disruptors. Now staying in the center. Oh, doesn't quite get the Marauder. Not quite. Pulls back, getting another Colossus. Getting into DTs. Okay, let's go. Going for the Dark Shrine. We'll see what he can get done. And MaxPax is very fond of the Dark Shrine. In almost every matchup, actually. Can't get a lot done with it, harassing-wise, I mean. Playing with fire here. Crooks in. From here, we should soon be seeing either Immortal or Disruptor production. Getting a 5th expansion. As that 2nd Robo is almost done. MaxPax, he should be the first to max out. ByuN, he does have a very heavy Immortal army. For those that are curious, that is why typically in the current meta you do want to get up to 4 Colossus, not 3. As MaxPax, he does cancel one of his Colossus, focusing on Disruptors. Focusing on those Novas. Bigger. Takes down the Viking. ByuN is fortifying himself. Both armies are about to max out. Both armies are getting there. And really, MaxPax, I'm sure he's waiting for the move out. He has Zealots ready here for a counterattack. Ready for the moment that ByuN pushes. We have Shadow Stride on the way. First Disruptor has arrived. Shows the Nova. Vikings, they do go ham. And the Colossus taking a lot of hits from those Vikings. Has to back off. A third robo's on the way for more disruptors. Getting a 6th expansion. Jesus Christ. Getting a 6th expansion. Double the base count of ByuN. Crazy economy here for MaxPax. And ideally, MaxPax does want to trade. At least his gateway army. He wants to trade, rebuild, keep going. ByuN claiming his 4th base. Trying to turtle up. Decent mine shots. Nice EMPs on the Zealots. Colossus under fire. The first Colossus almost goes down. And ByuN collapses in. At least tries to take down the first Colossus. Novas go up. And we get some decent connections. Does graze the army. ByuN sims in, takes down both Colossus, not bad. Takes down both, forces MaxPax back. He cannot chase all these disruptors. Oh, and now ByuN is stuck with all these Vikings, unfortunately. Does have 7. Don't have much uses yet. Notice popping up. Decent splits. Oh. Some more aggressive going down. MaxPax dives in. But still just really awkward pushing up this ramp. It's MaxPax, he can't quite make his way through. And ByuN holds. ByuN holds, he claims the 4th expansion, more importantly. Getting his economy up and running. Takes down another disruptor. And soon the dynamic is about to change. What we're getting into here is liberation. Liberators are on the way. The freedom is coming. The freedom is almost here. And once we get up to, what, 5, 6, 7 liberators, then ByuN can start bullying the ground army instead. It's not there yet, though. Does need those liberators. MaxPax getting a 7th expansion. Jeez. It's crazy. Taking more bases. Moving in. Novas, they zoned well. Even catching out the Liberators, he gets 1. Yeah, ByuN can't afford to lose them, not like this. I'm trying to move in. And again, we can see this cliff face, this high ground is just so difficult to push into. For the past, I want to say almost 10 minutes, MaxPax has been trying. Trying to push up these ramps. Without any success. Oh. Let's try to push through. Nova's going to be going up. No major connections. Nice spread here from ByuN. Coming in from behind. Oh no, the Novas! The Novas connect, finally! Yeah, some brutal connections. The concave is still solid though, and ByuN, he breaks out. He breaks the main army. Does take a massive Novas to the face, but takes down every single disruptor. Yeah, there's no escaping this. The Stalkers, the Disruptors, they all go down. Massive losses here for MaxPax. And even though MaxPax has a massive bank, it may not matter. MaxPax is making 3 Colossus at a time. He has to warp in. He needs that production. Does plummet in supply. And we're going for a base trade? Oh. And again, there's a lot of bases. There's just so many. And we're committing to the base trade here. MaxPax does hit the 3rd. ByuN hits the 7th expansion. Again, 7. There's plenty of bases. Mineral line goes down. DTs move out. ByuN now going for the 6th base. Meanwhile, MaxPax pushing in towards potentially the natural. Oh, never mind. Doesn't have enough. Has to pull away. ByuN is holding. He does force a recall. Takes down the Colossus. DTs are moving in. Ooh, yeah, massive blink. Repairs are not going to be good enough. And Planetary goes down. ByuN pushing forward. Takes down the final Colossus. Cells charge in. So far, a solid position here for ByuN. And can ByuN force the ace match? Is this just too much to handle? Gets into the mineral line. Again, no Colossus, no Disruptors. Back at home, ByuN, he defends his 4th base. Takes out another Nexus. ByuN is getting a lot done. How many Colossus are left? 0. What, 0? Jesus. Down to 0. ByuN falls back. did lose a base, but he killed, what, 3 bases? 3 Nexi? Was able to shut down 3 bases in the process. So now it's 4 versus 4. MaxPax double expanding. DT's moving in. That will distract ByuN. That was distract for a moment. Oh. That's EMP. Again, this is still a very cheap army here from MaxPax. He burned through his bank. Colossus is going to be going down. Yeah, this is not it. Yeah, MaxPax is going to be overwhelmed. We have just Mass Marauder. It's crazy. It's a beefy army. No disruptors. Without disruptors, this army just cannot be stopped. Oh, nice force field. Once again, that choke point is brutal. We saw MaxPax struggling to deal with that choke point earlier, and likewise, ByuN doing the same. The Liberator getting up to 22 probe kills. ByuN pulls away. Going for another expansion. Yeah, MaxPax has to evacuate. Nexus goes down. And again, this army is almost purely Marauder. There's Marauder and a couple of Ghosts and like 1 Marine. It's just such a hefty army here for ByuN. How many exactly? We have 33 Marauders, 5 Marines, and 4 Ghosts. Man, he can tank some Colossus shots. He's fine. Again, it's the disruptors that are necessary, and there are 0 disruptors for MaxPax. Then he sends in massive EMP, getting on top of the Colossus. Vikings push forward, and ByuN cannot be stopped. Yeah, this army just crumbles before ByuN takes down the Colossus, gets on top of the Robo. Robo goes down, denies the disruptor. Zelsa now trickling in, but it's too little too late. There are DTs coming in from behind. Do we have a scan? Yeah, we do. We have the scan. Vikings land, and we are looking to force that ace match. All these bases didn't matter when it came down to was the composition. The composition, the lack of trading. The MVPs of this game really was the choke points, to be honest, the ramps. But GG gets called, and ByuN, he will take game number 2, and he will tap the series 1-1. Whew, GG. GG, well played. ByuN, he does fight back. Again, MaxPax, even though he was up to 7 bases, even though he had a massive bank, we did speak on it at the time. MaxPax, he had to trade out his gateway army. When I say trade, I mean trade with the opposing army or trade with some of the economy to be able to maintain that lead and replace those gateway units and ideally refine yourself, get into more disruptors, potentially into Skytoss. We saw that MaxPax, instead he was posturing and building up the bank, but the bank wasn't really doing anything there for MaxPax. And we also saw just how defensive Last Fantasy was. We haven't actually seen a game that long on Last Fantasy yet, but you saw just the high ground and specifically how narrow those ramps are. Time and time again, we saw MaxPax attempt to rotate between the 3rd base and the 4th base, and he never got up the ramp. He never got up any of the ramps, so again, he achieved nothing with the army. He was maxed, but he wasn't doing anything with that maxed out army, and that allowed ByuN to recover, to get his 4th base, and to build up his own force as well. GG. GG, well played. With that, we're going all the way to the ace match. Let's go. Let's go. High ground greater than 7 bases, basically, like that. It was the high ground, and again, those just narrow ramps, like just really narrow choke points, so MaxPax just couldn't really do anything with that maxed out army. Didn't matter in the end. And with that, we're now getting into the ace match, and spawning in the top right hand corner of Amygdala, we have the Danish Protoss player, the blue Protoss representing Sidestorm Gaming, being forced into the ace match. We'll see if he can bounce back. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player, the red Terran, representing Shopify. It is ByuN. Colossus can't find Mass Marauder on their own. Yeah, if you recall, like MaxPax, he had a decent army composition when it came to his Colossus and Disruptor army, but after he lost all of his Disruptors, when ByuN broke out, I think MaxPax, he lost like 8 Disruptors. After that moment, he never was able to rebuild them, right? He was never able to rebuild those Disruptors. He never built back up his army. Like, everything very quickly just went south for MaxPax. It all just escalated out of control after that one fight, after that one breakout. That was when everything swung in favor of ByuN. If you recall, that was like the beginning of the base trade, right? Where ByuN, he killed 3 bases and MaxPax killed 1. And from there, we're getting into Amygdala. Amygdala being one of the larger maps of the map pool. We could get another longer game out of this as well. This is known for longer macro games, as it can be quite difficult to break a 3rd and 4th base here on Amygdala. The attack paths are limited on this map. There's no like great high ground or choke points here, but what there is rocks, right? There are all these rocks, all these limitations that do provide some protection against rotations, make it difficult to be aggressive. And we often see like a 4 or 5 setup here. Often. Meanwhile, Double Gas leads into a faster factory, so a much more aggressive start out of ByuN. Going for the CC on the high ground. MaxPax across the map going for a standard opener himself. Nothing crazy yet. As the Reaper is forced out, we have our take of choice, going to be a Twilight Council opener out of MaxPax. Twilight Council into Blink. And so far, every game he has gone 3-gate Blink. It's been the same opener so far. Has been the same builds. I mean, Amygdala wouldn't be a bad map to go 2-gate Blink instead. Just stay on a lower gate count and take a faster expansion. We'll see. Meanwhile, oh my god, really early tank production out of ByuN. Aye. Rushing into the tech lab, rushing into tank production. From here, we can go for a tank drop across the map. Hyper aggression out of our Terran player. I'll be honest, it's been like a couple of weeks since I've seen this build. Clem used to be very fond of it. I say used to be. Again, like a couple of weeks ago, Clem, he was making use of this quite heavily, especially on smaller maps like Whispers of Gold. Basically, this is a tank drop. It's going to be a tank drop across the map, but we can pull a couple of boys as well. We'll see how hard ByuN commits. And the goal is to break the natural and potentially end the game. As you can see, ByuN rallies everything across the map. The Cyclone, the Reaper, the Marines. Again, just still waiting for that medevac. Medevac has arrived. Tank loads up, and it's all or nothing for ByuN. Now back at home, this production and this pylon is going to be exposed. So ByuN, if he can break this position, he can end the game. Like specifically this pylon, this production setup. MaxPax going 3-gate Blink into a 3rd. The 3rd Nexus is not going to be a factor into this. ByuN boosting in. And the tank will attempt a siege. Moving forward, gets within range. Yeah, is within range, going for the pylon. Oh, so far does protect. Pylon is exposed. And can he bring it down? It's going to be close. The boys are being pulled. Has to pull all the boys' sides on the tank. The tank does get targeted down. Nice pickup. And with that MaxPax, he should barely hold on. It's still going to be close, though. Yeah, the boys, so many of them are going to be going down. Probes do fall. But with this warp in, MaxPax will barely have enough. Whew. Hi. So MaxPax, he will clean this up. Nice juggling out of MaxPax. He holds on. The pylon is saved. And MaxPax will survive. Does cost him 9 workers, but he does get a 3rd base behind this. Meanwhile, ByuN is not done, getting another couple of probes. 9, 10, 11, 12 probe kills. Very nice damage. Medevac goes down. ByuN getting 14 towards the end. And is that enough damage? I mean, that's almost a mineral line, right? 14 probes, that's a lot of economic damage. But MaxPax does have a 3rd Nexus, so we can make 3 probes at a time. He has an extra chrono as well as a result. MaxPax going for a counterattack, and back at home, what does ByuN have? What does he have to defend? He has a decent tank setup here. Yeah, he's got 3 tanks. The Stim is vulnerable. Stim is exposed. So I'm a little bit concerned for Stim. But the tank spread is solid. And ByuN should be okay. I do favor ByuN in this position. Remember, he didn't rally his second tank across the map. He stayed back at home. He was very conservative. MaxPax into the main. Gets caught out. Tank is in position. And Stalker goes down. This is not worth it for MaxPax. Likewise, Liberator across the map as well. 3 more probe kills, and MaxPax, he is in trouble here. You know who else is in trouble? ByuN's football team is what. Because, mate, ByuN, he shuts down a couple of workers. He deflects the initial push. ByuN is in a better position. And the pressure is on MaxPax here. He needs to get something done across the map, either catching a couple of tanks, denying some of these upgrades. Oh no, not the football team. Not like this. Yo, Hero and Solo, they're gonna wake up, they're gonna look at the challenge bracket, they're gonna be like, what kind of clown stayed up and played in today's PiGosaur Monday? Like, god damn it, ByuN. What are you doing? We need you, papi, we need you. Oh no. Not like this. And ByuN is one step closer to the finals. Again, massing up his army, looking to move out. As he moves out, MaxPax moving in to counterattack to punish. And charge is done. ByuN does not have much at home to defend. Okay, has some reinforcements. It will shut down the Zealots. Stalkers, they attempt to catch out one of the tanks. Zealots are deflected. ByuN still committing. Oh, Medevac exposed. Oh my god. Medevac does barely survive. Does force a recall. And back at home, what do we have? We have a decent amount of charge lots. I don't think ByuN can quite commit with this army, but he's going to be reinforcing. The Prism is still a threat. Warping in more Zealots. And ByuN does miss the Warp Prism. He knows it's there. He has some units back at home to defend. He's got a couple of Widow Mines. ByuN pushing in. ByuN has momentum. These cells, they have to get more damage done. They're delaying reinforcements at least. There's plenty of cells. Yeah, plenty of chargelets here. How good are the mine shots? Oh my god, they shut down the Zealots. Very nice connections. And MaxPax, he's in trouble. He's up against the wall. Tanks, they siege up. Catch out the sentry. Going for the Immortal as well. Massive snipe. 1 Immortal left. But at least ByuN has no reinforcements. At least what you see is what you get. And tank boys on the Zealots. Stalkers, they do get targeted down. And MaxPax holds. MaxPax, he does hold on. And again, if it wasn't for that Prism, that could have been game. That could have been game then and there. All these reinforcements, they've been stuck at home defending against these Zealots. So MaxPax does survive. And the game continues. The game does continue. As both players, they claim their 3rd bases. This 4th base is late for MaxPax, I will say that. So late 4th base, which means ByuN has the greater economy. He has mules, he has SCVs. MaxPax still needs to recover. Just now working towards his own Colossus production. Working into his own bay. ByuN throwing down his own Ghost Academy. These Zealots have been so annoying. They've been so annoying to deal with, and once again they get another 2 SCVs. Some decent damage. It's okay. It does force back the Terran. But the Prism is finally going to be hunted down. It's a recall. Oof. Does get saved, just barely. On 1 HP! Oh my god. At this point it might be worth rebuilding it. As it's on 1 HP. Ay. He moves out, he spots the Stalkers. He will leave his reinforcements back at home. ByuN getting caught out by the charge lots. Nice engage with MaxPax, he has to pull away. MaxPax catching reinforcements. Likewise, Zealots a counterattack here across the map. ByuN, he wants in. He wants that third expansion. Zealots are cleaned up. Stalkers, they come in from behind. Once again, they delay the push. But ByuN, he doesn't stop. Does he have enough, though? Yeah, extra Zealots are warping in. Like, the soup does lie. ByuN has a massive army, but it's not here. Half of it is back at home. Nice mine connections. Very nice connections. Zealots are being cleaned up. The tanks go down. But ByuN can just keep stimming. The boys are being pulled. MaxPax, he's in trouble here. Doesn't have much left. ByuN just rallies everything across the map. The reinforcements, they have arrived. Finally! There's a Colossus. There's a Colossus. But we still have Vikings left over. Barely. Barely those Vikings. Yeah, Vikings, they get targeted down. They still get some shots off. And ByuN, can he break through? It's getting so close here. The Colossus barely survives. Oh no! He gets it! Colossus goes down! No more Colossus. Does miss the EMP. Connects the other. Barely does connect. ByuN still just rallying across the map. Still just trying to break MaxPax, and he will break him. The third base goes down. MaxPax did have a backup here towards the top side though. So we'll lose his fourth. Still in 3 bases. Behind the Zealot run by, but there are plenty of reinforcements. They still, regardless, get to 8 SCV kills. That prism popping off. Ooh. And MaxPax holds. He does lose the base. He does lose quite a lot of probes, but he survives. Does survive. Still a very tense game state between the two players. It could still go either way. The Colossus count is still quite low though. Oh. Doesn't quite get the Ghost. That's force fields. Picking up a couple of Marauders. So the Roma, as they keep moving in. God, that 1 HP, that 2 HP prism. Sorry, 1 HP prism every time. It's the MVP, baby. It's keeping MaxPax in this game. The MVP. Goes back into the main base. Once again, going for a warp in as well. Nice hold position micro there from ByuN. Does hold position the prism. Finally, it goes down. Oh my god. Finally, it falls. Now ByuN can finally just focus on his main pushes, on his main fights. But MaxPax, he bought enough time. Now he's got 3 Colossus. Disruptor production has begun. ByuN still has momentum. DT run by coming in. ByuN, he does have some turrets here in position. At least some. Does attempt to move in. Tower Templar, they split off. There's no turret here at the third. ByuN in a bit of trouble. Does them in. Takes out the Disruptor. Massive pickoff. And across the map, he will be losing some SCVs. But he might have enough here. There's a DT in the mix. Gets caught out by the scan. And ByuN, he breaks through. Yeah, he breaks through this army. SCVs are going down back at home, but it doesn't matter. Takes down the Colossus, takes down both. And ByuN, he will take down MaxPax. He will advance on here to the finals. GG gets called. ByuN, he will bring him down 2-1. And he will not be playing football today. He will GG. Let's go. GG, well played. ByuN, he will claim the series, will advance on into the grand finals. And does he have his next opponent already here? Oh my god, he does. That's crazy. How fast was that series? What the hell happened? My apologies, I'm just a little bit caught off guard here, but exclamation mark ByuN. So first things first, congratulations to ByuN. Game 1 was a rough game. Game 1 was rough. Like, game 1 was heavily in favor of MaxPax, but the comeback was real in game 2. I feel like game 2, a lot of it came down to the map itself, as in a lot of it came down to the unfamiliarity of Last Fantasy. MaxPax, I don't think he's played many games on Last Fantasy, and we saw that he was doing a great job at expanding and at maintaining his army, but he wasn't doing a great job when it came to trying to push into the bases. We saw just how defensive you can be on Last Fantasy, and ByuN was able to overwhelm, and pop off into the win. Here in the next game, we saw hyper aggression out of ByuN, and he just snowballed out of control. He had a very strong lead, killing 14 probes. Remember, he got 14 worker kills at the start of the game in the natural. Didn't kill MaxPax, but did maim him, and didn't mean that ByuN had a lead, and he maintained that lead throughout the entire game after killing those 14 probes. The Zealot Rumbys were keeping MaxPax in that game, but still not enough. Here we go. Here we go. ByuN, he does advance on to the grand finals, and the question becomes, who is up next? Who is up? Oh, sorry. The question becomes, who's up next? We have the answer here. SHIN takes down Clem 2-0. Takes down Clem 2-0. A very fast series. I have no idea what the hell happened. That's why I was so shocked. I was like, oh my god, I was expecting a TVP, but no, a TVZ instead, as SHIN, he does take down Clem, does knock him out. In a very fast series, by the way, and we have our Korean finals here. It's going to be a best of 5 between ByuN and SHIN. Let's go. It's going to be that best of 5. There we go, we're getting into those finals here. Vetoes are done, and both players, they have agreed. They have agreed here. They have agreed to actually play on all the new maps for the fans. Let's go. For the fans, baby, for the fans. So they're playing on Talisman, Persephone, Last Fantasy, Sandworm, and Killswitch. So only the new maps. Let's go. Let's go. Much love to SHIN and ByuN. For the people. ByuN doesn't need sleep for StarCraft. Doesn't need sleep for football either. I'm telling you, ByuN, he's gonna be like the goalie for the team, and he's gonna pass out like halfway through. The teams are going to be duking out. Suddenly we pan over to the goal, and ByuN is going to be just passed out on the floor. He's oh no, papi, oh no. Not like this. Guessing SHIN held both games versus sort of all-ins or proxies. I mean, SHIN, he can be quite aggressive himself, so yeah, it could have been back. It could have been a back and forth. Could have been aggression from both players. Like we have seen SHIN like roach all in Clem before and defeat him. Like that's happened in the past. Hard to say. Hard to say. Also, when was the last time a Zerg player was in the finals of a PiGosaur Monday? Do I want to know? Do I want to know this stat? Hold on. I know Solar's been doing well recently. Like Solar, he's been looking really strong over the past like maybe month and a half. Yeah. I assume so. So I'm just checking here. Solar was the last Zerg player to make it to the finals. This was at the or halfway through March. Before that, it was SHIN in January. There's a massive gap between January and March, where purely Protoss and Terran, but again, Solar, he has been doing really well recently. He's been popping off. We've been seeing Solar take down players like MaxPax and Clem and Hero on a bit of a more regular basis. I think this started like, I want to say 3 weeks ago at this point. That's the era that we dubbed the Solar's redemption arc. It's redemption arc. It's been beautiful. Not here, of course, because he's responsible. He got some sleep. Getting ready for his match. But here we go. Vetoes are done. We have our first map. It is going to be on Talisman. Let's go. Now, SHIN and ByuN, they do often go back and forth in series, very often. I would say that SHIN and ByuN, they're probably the most active, the most active players of their respective races in the region. You know, Dark, he's not as active anymore, and likewise, Solo, he doesn't play in everything like, you know, Dark or SHIN, as I did mention. So SHIN is very active in the online tournament scene, ByuN as well. As a result, they face off quite often. They do play quite often. Oh, and looks like we are ready. We are jumping into game number 1. Let's go. I just can't wait for Last Fantasy again. Gibbs. It's all we want. Also, my apologies. I just realized I didn't update the YouTube title. I did. my apologies. My apologies. I usually update the YouTube title with all the players that are competing, or the notables. Okay, we're good. And we go spawning in the top right hand corner of Talisman, or I should say welcome one and all to the grand finals of the PiGosaur Monday number 26, your weekly dose of PiGosaur Monday action. Here we go. It's been an intense day of StarCraft already, an intense 24 hours. Last night we were live with the Wardy TV Monday. We also had the Monday night weeklies, and now we are here with the final event. Our Terran player, he has stayed up. He has pulled an all-nighter. He has played in every single Open Cup over the past 24 hours, and he's not done, because he is going to be playing a football match, a Korean versus a foreigner show match, in a couple of hours right after this tournament. He's an animal. At spawning in the right hand corner, we have said animal. We have the Korean Terran player representing Shopify Rebellion. He gets scouted, he gets spotted. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner with a question mark, he does punish the proxy, he does shut it down. We have the South Korean Zerg player. It is SHIN. The question marks are real. The proxy is denied, and this might just be game. This might just be game here and now. Yep, GG gets called. And SHIN takes a lead in the series. GG. Now, as we get into this, predictions are now open. God damn it. I usually hold off on predictions until after the intros, but the intro was longer than the game, papi. But if you're in the chat, predictions now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. SHIN takes a 1-0 lead, but we'll see if ByuN can bounce back. He can. It was just a bit of a rough position there. It was proxy 3 racks. It got scattered immediately, pulled the boys, and it got shut down. At the end of the day, that's why proxies aren't relied upon too often at this level of play. So GG, well played. Oh, they're bantering. Hold on. Where's my Google Lens? Okay. ByuN, he was hyping up SHIN. He's like, mate, you're too good. Yeah, basically ByuN, he said that I went for a Hail Mary play. You're too good, papi. You're too good. You're a legend. He's like, my overlord is the legend. Let's go. Okay, let's go. we're getting to our next game. Up next is going to be Persephone. I think they used some interesting wording, but they said something along the lines of, if you take the goal base on this map, I'm gonna kill you. that's kind of what was said. Kind of what was said. As there's a gold on this map. True. ByuN was saying that to Shin. You better not take the gold. Oh no. Let's go. As we are jumping into game number 2. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Persephone, we have our South Korean Terran player, the Blue Terran, representing Shopify down in the series. We'll see if he mounts back. It is ByuN. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg, leading the series 1-0. It is SHIN. I looked away, it's already 1-0, yes. Already, Pappy, already. Let's go. You can't look away. If you look away, that's it, that's game. Pull first. So pull first opener here out of SHIN. So much more aggressive start, and we'll see if we can get some damage done with the initial lings. Meanwhile, we just see, oh, there we go. So ByuN said in the lobby, if the SU went to the right base, he wins no matter what, but they didn't go to the right spot. All right, they're talking about the previously. Let's go. Shout out to Bob Miaja with the rough translations. From here, we're setting up. CC first, by the way. Jesus. CC first out of ByuN. Now, I believe ByuN should be safe here. We have a different dynamic. So SHIN going pool first, ByuN going CC first. You may be thinking, is that a little bit too greedy? I believe the way this lines up, because the CC is so fast, I believe the command center will finish before the lings arrive. So this is greedy here by ByuN, but you don't punish this greed by a pool first, you punish it by an early Roach Warren. And it is going to be pool into hatchery into delayed gases. So it's going to be a gasless build here by SHIN, which means these lings move out and the CC is already done, is already complete. So a really nice setup here by ByuN. Marines are on the way. And yeah, SHIN, he now scouts. He scouts, he confirms, yep, the CC is already complete. The lings, they do nothing. ByuN hasn't scouted. ByuN has been very greedy this game. No scouting from the SCV, so he doesn't know what's going on. And SHIN, he's hoping to catch some SCVs or to get the Marine. As the lings do move in. A couple of them do peel off. He's going for the Marine. ByuN, he pulls away. He pulls the boys. And here, he shouldn't lose any SCVs. He should be able to micro back. And so far, so good. Now, this will deny some mining time. SHIN gets back in. Going for the depot. The depot is under fire, taking a lot of damage. Oh, gets an SCV. Not quite. Yeah, does barely get one. Gets one, gets two, gets three. Not bad. 3 SCVs. Decent damage here. Again, up until that moment, 0 damage was dealt, but finally we get 3 SCV kills. Suddenly, this opener was a little bit more worth of a SHIN, but remember, gasless. Gasless opener, fast third base, no gases, and with that, we should be opening up Roach. Now, the reason why I say Roach is usually if your gas is this late, you just skip link speed. Like, you just ignore link speed. It's too late for that. By the time you have enough gas, you just go into Roaches, go into Roach play instead, and we'll see how ByuN will respond. As ByuN is building up back at home. He's going for a 1-1-1 follow-up, delayed third CC, so hyper aggression out of ByuN. And ByuN, he might be able to punish SHIN. Again, SHIN, he has no link speed. Currently, he has no Roaches. We did mention that he was going to play Roach, and Roach production is going to be on the horizon here. Gas is just now being taken, but there's going to be a window in time where SHIN does not really have much to defend. Marines, they barely catch an Overlord. They supply block. ByuN moves out. Here we go. So 7 Marines, likewise going to cloak banshees behind this. Just hyper aggression out of ByuN. Does hug the edge of the map, headed towards the main. Queens are in position. ByuN is deflected. And initially here is deflected. Going for an armory, going for a Hellbat push. Oh my god. Okay. Cyclone gets a drone. Gets barely a second drone as well. Nice lock on. And ByuN does pull away. Once again, the drop is denied. But ByuN, still no third CC, still no command center, just building up and getting ready for a Hellbat push with those Banshees. Second two-port Banshee. He's crazy. Oh my god. We do have the tech lab on the way on the racks, going for an add-on swap into two-port Banshee. Borderline two-base all in here by ByuN. Just hyper aggression. Hellbats are about to morph in, and SHIN, he will have roaches to defend. He has how many? 6 roaches, 5 queens. That might just barely be enough. Yeah, he spots the army. He has to pull away. SHIN is supply blocked. Uh-oh. Yeah, brutal supply block here for SHIN. He's got 5 overlords on the way. He's not making anything else. There we go, 4 roaches down in production. ByuN going for the mineral line. Takes down the spore. Banshee taking a lot of hits. No detection. Roach is going to be going down, but does ByuN have enough? That's a lot of roaches. Yeah, that is a lot of roaches here. Takes down all the Hellbats, and SHIN will hold. SHIN, he will hold on. He zones away the Banshee. Oh, barely does escape. And this is not good enough. He gets 2 drone kills. Only 2. 2 workers go down. Hellions, they get caught out. ByuN is in trouble. Pursues on the way. Oof. Cyclone goes down as well. And remember, there's no expansion. There's nothing here. There's nothing here, Papi. CC just now begins. It's a very late command center. Third starport? Triple Banshee production? Oh, no. Let's go. He's clowning, Papi. He's clowning. Triple Banshee production here out of ByuN. Just going mass Banshee. Gumiho, is that you? Este Gumiho. Going into +1 air weapons. And SHIN behind this going into Muta play, which is ideal. Banshees, they don't shoot up, and Mutas will completely shut this down. Oh, did I say Banshee? He's going into triple BC production. He's got a fusion core on the way. Oh my god. So mass Banshee into mass BC. It is Gumiho. Jesus. Oh no. This is what we find out. ByuN, he's actually not playing right now. ByuN, he's left. He's left to like put on his cleats, like he's getting ready to hit the field. He's getting changed, and Gumiho, he's subbed in. ByuN tagged out. Gumiho tagged in. It's like, I got you. Get ready to play with the boys. As he dives into the natural. Muta production is yet to begin. The queens are going to be going down. I mean, again, that is 5 Banshees. There we go. 10 Mutas are on the way. The Hellies are going to be cleaned up. But the Banshees, they wreak havoc. They get quite a bit done. They take down every single queen. But what about the Mutas? Here comes the first BC. I mean, that's going to be the answer. Banshees are going for the expansion. That natural base may just go down. Yeah, it is going to. The base falls. Massive pickup. The Mutas will clean this up. And what does ByuN have to deal with Mutas? Well, he's got Hellions. He's got Hellions, and he's got SCVs. And he's soon to have 1 BC. There's 1 BC that's getting there. There's no anti-air outside of the BCs. Mutas, they hit the field. They hit the mineral line. And from here, we can go into the main. And we should be headed towards the main base. Right now, there's 0 anti-air, no turrets. Going for a secure kill instead. Now, with enough Mutas, you can kill a BC. As the battlecruiser is revealed. And for now, SHIN has to respect it. Does have to respect it. Mutas are racing back home. It's a very messy game here. Very messy. Not so Ronaldinho. Oh no. Messi instead takes down all the Banshees. 18 drone kills. Crazy damage here. I mean, that is a lot of economic damage, but I'm just worried because right now there's still no answer to the mass Muta. I mean, I guess going mass BC, but with the Spire play, yeah, we can go into Corruptors. Corruptors are going to be ideal. Mutas, they denied the third once again. Oh, they're going to have to respect those battle cruisers. To pull away. Hellies, they hit the mineral line. Drones are getting roasted. Jeez, getting up to 12 drone kills. Oh my god. As 17 drones go down. Insane damage once again. SHIN's economy is crippled. It's being torn apart here by the counterattacks, whether it's Banshee, whether it's Hellion. It's getting out of hand. SHIN is still in a better position, but it's still not ideal. Not ideal. They hit the main. Trading with SCVs. 8 SCVs here in the main base. Ooh, a lot of mutas going to be going down. Rough movement here from SHIN. Gets 14 SCVs. And back at home, he's just banking up Corruptors. Just building up that Corruptor count. ByuN, he does have how many? He does have 5 BCs. Soon to be 7. 7 battle cruisers on the way. Scan reveals the Corruptors. ByuN knows. ByuN, he has to get ready to just get the hell out of here. Oh, as 1 BC goes down. Gets 1. Gets, oh, this is just far too much. Where's the teleport? Has to load away. GG gets called in. SHIN, he will take a 2-0 lead. SHIN is now 1 game away from becoming this week's champion. GG. Onomas is all that SHIN needs. And we've had game 1, ByuN go for proxy 3-racks. Proxy 3-racks, it did fail. Game 2, we had ByuN going for a initial Hellbat push. So it was Banshee Hellbat push into mass BC on 2 bases. Game 3, what haven't we seen so far? What haven't we seen so far? Because I'm pretty sure ByuN is going to cheese it up like I'm pretty sure he's looking to meme it up here this series. So what haven't we seen so far? We haven't seen, let's have a look here. Mass Cyclone, true, we haven't seen Mass Cyclone. We haven't seen ByuN, he has gone for example 2x Reaper into a 3-rack, sorry, into a 4-rack stim timing and pull the boys. True, it's been a while, but we could see a 2-base Spywall in with a stim timing. What else haven't we seen? I'm still leaning towards Mass Cyclone. Game 3 is going to be on Last Fantasy. Ooh, it's going to be the 3-player spawn map. This also opens things up here for shenanigans. If ByuN did want to go back into a proxy, this would not be a bad map for it. Let's go. And does anyone in the chat have any ideas? What does ByuN do next? It's going to be an all-in of some kind, 100%. 100%. Could be on 1 base, could be on 2 base. Yo, if ByuN was a Chad, we'd see if he wanted to go to play some peak StarCraft, we'd be going for a quad Thor drop 1-1 timing, 100%. We'd pull a quad Thor drop. That'd be amazing. Be a double factory, double armory, into starport, into quad Thor drop. It's been a while since we've seen that build. It's been a while. Alright, here we go. Here we go. We get into game 3. It's going to be Last Fantasy. Proxy Hellion drop. Okay. Proxy Hellion drop. True. Could also happen. With a proxy 1-1-1. Alright, ByuN. What's it going to be? Do we proxy? Or do we play 2 base? As spawning in the top side, on the top side of Last Fantasy, we have our South Korean Terran player, the Blue Terran representing Shopify Rebellion, down in the series, but looking to have fun here in the finals. We'll see if we can bounce back. We'll see if we can make a series out of this. It is ByuN. Oh, he's going 2x Reaper. Okay, he's setting up for 2x Reaper. So if you're, one of the things I said was 2x Reaper into a 4x stim timing. I'm still leaning towards that, but we'll see. As spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Last Fantasy, we do have our South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing himself, currently teamless, leading the series 2-0. It is SHIN. Oh, what are they saying? What are they saying? I want to believe he's like, where are you? Tell me where you are so I can cheese you. Yeah, he's asking. He's like, where are you? 7 o'clock? 3 o'clock? They're asking for spawn positions. I was like, I believe it. I believe you. So they're asking each other where they are. It is going to be Hatch Gas Pool out of Shin. Meanwhile, 2x Reaper out of ByuN. Now, this 2x Reaper build can go a couple different ways. We can throw down the 3rd Rax in the main. Yep, yeah, there we go. So 3rd Rax, 3x Reaper. 3x Reaper. Hyper aggression here, hyper committed from ByuN. This needs to get damage done. This is designed not just to deny the 3rd base, but to get economic damage done as well and overwhelm the queen. So big commitment here from ByuN. 3x Reaper. This can transition into a 4x like stim timing later on, but for the most part here, he's looking for damage. Bearing in mind, this is not an all-in. This is not an all-in. Shin, he scouts bottom left. Again, I think they're still asking about spawn locations. ByuN does not SCV scout, so 0 SCV scout out of ByuN. yeah. Thank you for the translations, Ross. Thank you. Yeah, I was I got the gist. For the most part, I got the gist of it. For the most part, but thank you for the confirmations. Do appreciate it. As Reapers are moving in, 3rd base not being taken from Shin. Shin, he still has no idea what's going on, and the Reapers are amassing from ByuN. As there we go, the 2nd Reaper has arrived. Shin now knows what's going on. Behind this Shin, he can pull back into gas. For now, he's still out. Getting to link speed. So far, ByuN picking up a couple of Marines. Gets eyes on the 3rd base. He still wants more damage. He ignores the 3rd. He wants the queen. Oh, the KDA charge. Oh, 1 Reaper goes down. Massive loss already here for ByuN. Ah, no. That should not have happened. 1 Reaper goes down. Ay. Shin, he's happy. He's laughing in his face. Oh, he still wants the queen, though. The queen survives. Queen pulls away. Other queen's under fire. And so far, Shin is holding. Shin, he's holding. He's shutting ByuN down. Oh, takes out another. No, takes out another Reaper. The question mark. Oh, no. And before this really gets going, this is kind of falling on its face. ByuN, he fails to break the expansion. He fails to get a queen. Link speed is on the way. Oh, he does now get a queen. He gets 1. Gets 1 queen. That's something. Here comes that stim follow-up. He's going into the eBay, into the tech lab, into a stim timing. But so far, these Reapers have not really paid for themselves. Not yet. Oh. They do threaten the queens. Lings, they go for a massive surround. Another queen goes down. Link speed kicks in. And the surround is going to occur. Reapers, they do not get away. Some of them do. But ByuN gets shut down here. And he will escape with maybe 1. Up. Can he get away? No, he cannot. Every Reaper goes down. Massive losses here. The add-ons are exposed. And Shin, he's going for those add-ons now. Thankfully, Stim is safe. Stim is being made in the main base, but the reactors are exposed. Behind this, no gas, so no Bane Bust. Going for a Roach follow-up instead. Reactors do fall. This will delay ByuN. Oh, as there we go. Shin, he has to uplift. Let's go. Oh, that was a moment. That was the moment for Shin. Does miss it just barely. Ay. Overload goes down. Shin, he does delay production. Behind this, taking his gases. Oh, is he asking about the location again? Oh, no. This I'm not as certain about. I think he's saying I think he's talking about age, right? Is there like a 3-year gap? For that, I would appreciate translation. I would, because that That I'm less certain of. That's what they said. I think ByuN said it's 3 years too old. Oh, you thought it was too fast. Almost thought it was gas. Oh, okay. I see. Thank you. Maybe because it's 25 minutes cheaper. Ah, I see. Because I saw it says 25 discounts is what I saw. So I was a little bit confused. That's what they were saying. But okay. Thank you for the translations. Thank you. Meanwhile, the Roach Ravager has arrived. Knocking down the reactor, knocking down the wall. Stim is done for ByuN. And the boys are being pulled. It's going to be a rough trade here for ByuN. Does Stim in once again. The army is overstimmed. Files, they slow him down. Lings, they collapse in. And ByuN, he might... Nah, he's not going to hold here. Yeah, no shot. Just being overwhelmed. SHIN, he's going to claim the series. He took down Clem 2-0. Now he is here to bring down ByuN as well. Again, a crazy, chaotic series here. I mean, ByuN, he's got places to be, Pappy. Got places to be. So understandable regardless. We do break through. The tank goes down. Barely any Marines remaining. And SHIN, he will overwhelm. He will be our champion. GG gets called. Then SHIN, he will take the series 3-0, becoming this week's PiGosaur Monday champion. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations here. SHIN, for the first time actually, he's never been a champion this year, but he does claim the win. Congratulations. Congratulations, baby. Congratulations. GG, well played. Hold on, I'm messaging. Okay, just letting him know. Just letting Pig know what's happening. ByuN, Solar, Hydra, Hero. Okay, just letting Ping know. Just letting him know that the football match was happening, because I think a lot of the other casters were a little bit confused as to why the series went the way that it did, but I was just explaining. Regardless, GG, well played. Congratulations here to SHIN for becoming our champion, and shout out to ByuN for competing, for being an absolute animal, by the way, and for staying up and for playing in all 3 tournaments. Again, for those that are curious, just to reiterate, for those that maybe tune in towards the end, Hero and Solar usually play in this weekly as well, but they didn't because they went to sleep, because they are scheduled to play a football match in a couple of hours, in like 2 hours time. They're playing a match with some foreigners. The reasoning for this is because of Sordov's wedding. Sort of, he got married a couple of days ago, and a bunch of European players are in Korea for the wedding. So there's Lambo, there's Harston, there's Trigger, Trigger, who was already in Korea, sort of, Petit Drogo as well, and Spirit. Spirit, he's also there. Spirit is also in Korea. So they're all going to be playing a football match alongside some of the Koreans: Hero, Armani, Hydra, Solar, ByuN, and some of the other. Creator as well, right? Sorry, Creator, he's also playing. So they're going to be having a football match, and yeah, that's happening soon TM, like in a couple of hours. So that's also, I'm pretty sure that's also why ByuN was as cheesy as he was, because, you know, he wanted to make sure that he actually had some time to prepare, not to nap, because I think it's too late for that, but to get ready for the match. In my fantasy, ByuN is gonna fall asleep during the football match, 100%. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. But best of luck to all the players involved. Sleep deprivation OP. Oh no. Best of luck, Mappy. Best of luck. But GG, well played. And with that, congratulations to SHIN. With that, now some people can get some rest, but not ByuN. Nah, ByuN, he's got some matches to play, Mappy. Let's go. It's got to hit the field. So best of luck to ByuN. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. Our next broadcast is going to be later on this evening as we head on over here and catch up on the brackets. Let's go or catch up on our schedule, I should say. So we just wrapped up with the PiGosaur Monday here Tuesday morning, and we have the Rex April Madness. This caught me a little bit off guard. I feel like it should be named something different. For those that are curious, for those that remember, it was the Rex March Madness. We had the alliteration going on last month, but now it's the April Madness. I was hoping it'd be like the April, like I don't know what else to say when it comes to A, but something that maybe lines up with the word April more so than madness. But regardless, the April Madness does begin this week. We have the group stage here on Tuesday and on Thursday, so 2 days of group stage is lined up. We were going to have some half days off, but because of the April Madness, I did want to, Rex, he's a good friend. He's a good friend of ours. I did want to be there for the cast, so we're going to be there for that. That means we have less time off this week, but it's fine. We have 2 casts a day every single day. So Tuesday we have PiGosaur Monday into the Rex April Madness. Tomorrow we have Code for Giants Cup into the Pondcast. Thursday is going to be Turtle Tussle into some more April Madness. We have the Enki show matches on Friday into the Chicken King Cup, alongside Kung Fu Cup, more Chicken King Cup, HSL, and STC. So plenty of content, 2 casts a day every single day. We cast more than any other channel out there for StarCraft 2 or StarCraft in general. We have the content, we have the quantity, and we have some of the quality as well. So plenty here on the channel. Because of all the casting, we most likely will have a Final Fantasy stream on Friday. We're going to try to squeeze it in, like one Final Fantasy stream, but for the most part, yeah, there's no streams, there's no time to stream. I'll do my best. I might ladder stream later, but right now I feel like I need to catch up on VODs. I need to get some breakfast. I need to catch up on VODs. Might stream later on today, but for the most part, going to be focusing on just working on just getting ready for some more casting here in the evening. Getting ready for more casting. I stream Weebs Unite. Exactly. There you go. But yeah, plenty of content here on the channel. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for tuning in. Do appreciate it. And we'll see you guys next time. We'll see you guys next time here for some more StarCraft action. So we're going to be heading off for the time being. And yeah, do check out some of the other streamers out there. We're going to be giving someone else a raid. Do check them out. Do support them. Otherwise, you can also support us via all the social medias. You can follow us on YouTube. We do upload on YouTube on a daily basis. A lot of content, a lot of StarCraft on YouTube. Likewise, we also have Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Discord, all things CranKy Ducklings. You can check us out on Patreon, !Patreon in the chat. Our Patreon does fund our tournaments. You can see our goal just under the schedule. We do get 436 USD a month. 100% of that money goes towards the players. It all goes towards the players, all goes towards the payouts. We don't earn any money from that, at least not yet. You know, in the future, we can maybe reach a greater goal, but right now it all does boost and support our tournaments. So you can help support us there, or support the tournaments via Patreon. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. We'll see you guys later on tonight for the Rex April Madness, or tomorrow for the Code for Giants Cup. Till then, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Hasta luego. Ciao, papi, ciao. Hasta luego. See you next time.